podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy. The podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the...
Was it just a body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
Boxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew you were tough and you were taking those punches.
Gennady Production.
Making women's gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we got a jam-packed show. I know there's a lot of you probably unsure as to what to watch this weekend. Well, best believe we got our best boxing nerd with us who's going to give you all the hardcore fight fans fights to watch, and I'll bring at least some that maybe you should watch, especially if you're going to get DAZN. You're going to have to get DAZN probably to get the best fight of the weekend because ESPN does not have a intriguing matchup as George Groves and Callum Smith. But we got boxing all over the place. I think the biggest news to discuss with you guys today is HBO bowing out of boxing and basically saying that's it, no more. It's official. They're no longer going to be putting on boxing, which means Canelo, Triple G, Roman Chocolatito, Kit Kat, all these guys need to find a home. So for me, I'm like, I got the biggest smile on my face because it's like, oh my God, this is a great time to be a podcaster, a great time to be a boxing fan, because like in the coming weeks, we'll be finding out, where does Canelo go? Does Bob Arum and Oscar, do they make up? I mean, Bob's already extended an olive branch. Or does Oscar make up with Al? And do we get Jermell versus Canelo in Texas? I mean, just so many things to think of, right? And then all the other fighters, right? Daniel Jacobs, is it a given that he goes to DAZN? Oh, man, just so much to talk about. And I got a little treat for you guys. I mean, it's just, again, a lot. Too much to really get into it. We've definitely got to talk about Jose Uzcategui, who's going to be fighting on ESPN, as well as Jerwin Ancajas, and just so many more. Brandon Figueroa is now the main event due to some legal issues with Victor Ortiz. I could go on and on and on, but then the intros of all my co-hosts will go on and on and on. So we'll just get this thing started. I'll remind you that you should be hitting that thumbs up button as you're jumping into the live stream. Plus, the number to call in is 1-425-569-5241. Skype callers, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype and become part of the conversation. Let's do it.
And the main thing we cannot forget is I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
Dylan White, Derek Chisora, Big Baby Miller, Joe Joyce. You can all have it, Dominic Brazil, whoever else is in America too. All of it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Another edition of the Boxing Voice. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. Yeah, we've got the World Boxing Super Series super middleweight final, finally getting that first season out of the way, and looking forward to coming into the second season now. Obviously, a lot of you guys in the chat, we're on it, don't worry. Billy Joe Saunders testing positive, so we'll have to talk about that and all the details that have come out since regarding statements and just where this looks like this fight's going to happen or not. News on Deontay Wilder and Fury's press tour. You know, nice little locations popping up. Looks like it could be pretty fun. But yeah, plenty to talk about. Let's not waste any more time and get out to one of the other guys.
Boxingvoice.com.
I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Anthony Barrera. I've been through all the eras, and I still been
How much you talk? You do too much talking. The thing is this:
People want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
BoxingWords.com.
So it's funny because Mike just mentioned, and I was thinking the same thing.
All I mean, Dominic Brazil, whoever else is in America too. All I mean.
BoxingWords.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Another edition of the Boxing Voice. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. Yeah, we've got the World Boxing Super Series super middleweight final finally getting that first season out of the way, and looking forward to coming into the second season now. Obviously, a lot of you guys in the chat, we're on it. Don't worry, Billy Joe Saunders testing positive, so we'll have to talk about that and all the details that have come out since regarding statements and just where this looks like this fight's going to happen or not. News on Deontay Wilder and Fury's press tour. You know, nice little locations popping up. Looks like it could be pretty fun. But yeah, plenty to talk about. Let's not waste any more time and get out to one of the other guys.
BoxingWords.com. I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Anthony Barrera. I've been through all the eras, and I still been
How much you talking? You do too much talking. The thing is this.
People want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
BoxingWords.com.
So it's funny because Mike just mentioned, and I was thinking the same thing. I might have to just redo my whole entire intro, seeing the fact that all those memorable moments in boxing happened on HBO in itself. And it's, you know, it's a bittersweet thing because, you know, we kind of all saw this coming with the poor scheduling, the matchups and things like that. And I definitely can say that some of the most legendary fights happened on HBO. And with all the negative news with HBO going down the drain, Victor Ortiz, Molina, Billy Joe Saunders allegedly popping for something that we're going to discuss. There's also positive.
These fighters that are leaving HBO, excited to see where they go. So I'm ready to break it down and get into it.
Bruh, I mean, I think this was the best news I heard all day. Like, I knew it was Thursday. I think you and I, Mike, we talked about it. Like, damn, what are we going to do? We did a morning show and we're like, what's the biggest fights? And we're going through the fights and there's some decent scraps, but I don't think anything that was going to get people out of their bed for Thursday night previews and prediction. But with the news of HBO, this is big. But beyond it being big, personally, I'm devastated. Like, I grew up on HBO. This makes it all the more better for you to see where I go with this, right? Because as long as I can remember, I've been watching HBO from the till now, bro. And it's just like, what's going to happen to Lampley? Like, did DAZN shoot themselves in the foot by doing deals with, you know, look. As far as
I think Lampley, the last person we worried about.
I mean, you may say that, but there's plenty of us that watch HBO and want to hear Lampley. We want to hear bang, bang, bang. We want to hear that. You know, the same way people get excited about Teddy Atlas antics, there's some that get excited by Jim Lampley's. And dare I say that he would do a better job than fucking Sugar Ray Leonard?
That's an understatement.
Well, look, I mean, I think the big thing is the very nostalgia thing. And like Ness said, like, I'm 27. All I know growing up was HBO Box, and I know Showtime was around, but the Roy Jones that we all loved, the big mega fights, and everything was on HBO. And, you know, Mayweather was on HBO, Pacquiao. This is my generation. These are the fighters that I saw growing up. And, you know, it meant so much, regardless of the commentary and all the stuff that people can debate. It just feels like something now from my childhood is gone, regardless of how I feel at the current state of HBO. It just feels weird now that I no longer will turn to HBO and see boxing where it held the Mike Tysons and the Sugar Ray Leonard fights, the legendary nights, you know.
Call Rob.
Hey, man.
A hater.
I'm in Robbo. I'm in Robbo, bro. I've been watching boxing
so you
2
guys
years.
do a show on Sky Sports, not having boxing anymore. You know what I mean?
I've been watching boxing for like 3 years, so I don't have that same nostalgic feeling that you guys have. So I'm with Rob, man. This shit's kind of funny. You guys over here, oh man,
I was
HBO is gonna go leave me. Okay.
I was pissed off, bro. I was pissed off because I'm like, wait a minute. I'm still going to pay $10 a month. And to all my HBO Go guys out there, you're still paying $10 a month. So I was like, wait a minute. You know, all my life, HBO has been known for boxing. Someone's got to pay. Someone has to do something. So Ness set out to get something done. From my own cable provider, at least.
Okay.
But it was funny. I called them up and I'm like, what's going on? I'm reading an article from New York Times saying that HBO is no longer going to be putting on boxing. And I want to know what that means to me as a subscriber because, again, I went through the whole spiel that as long as I can remember, I've been watching boxing on HBO. I'm like, I lied like a motherfucker and was like, I just paid $85.
I know you lied.
You know what I'm saying? I lied like a motherfucker. I'm like, I just paid $85 for an HBO pay-per-view. Now I did record the call, but rather than bore you, I'll give you the synopsis because
you know what, sir? We're gonna give you a free package, a free trial for 6 months.
Doggy, I saved myself $7 plus got Netflix free for the rest of my life on Comcast. All right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they saved me $7 extra a month. Switch my package. I had to get rid of about 6 channels that I never even watched, and they gave me free Netflix. So. Like I said, I was going to play the audio, but instead of them bore you, I'm just telling you, if you don't believe it, just try it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you've been paying $10 a month for HBO all your life. If you're as old as me, all your fucking life. And they ain't giving you that money back, nor are they going to give you a discount. Now, your cable provider will do something for you because, you know, they don't want to lose the customer. But ultimately, it's HBO's problem and issue. That's about $56 to $28 million that's going to be redirected somewhere else from now on.
Hey, let me ask y'all, you and Ron in particular, one question. Out of the 4 people that do HBO boxing, which one would you want to see more on another network if you only pick one?
Which 4 are they?
Lampley, Jones, Merchant, and Kellerman.
Merchant been gone. You're sleeping.
I mean, what's the guy named that fucking? No, the guy that like does the cars, whatever. Harold Letterman, yeah.
Oh,
Merchant Letterman.
Honestly, yo. I think I felt different earlier, and I got my frustrations off on my cable company and them giving me Netflix now and all that because I didn't have Netflix. I've been using a former co-host's Netflix. Shout out to Matt. So like now I'm gonna have my own. Like I wasn't paying no fucking $11 a month for some bullshit, right? But now. Like it's free, so I'm not as mad as I was then. I'm kind of happy to watch, especially Harold Letterman go. Like, all you do is score for whoever's coming forward. You know what I'm saying? You can see he scored for Triple G in the first fight, scored for Canelo in the second fight. It's fucking obvious. The dude likes come forward fighters. That's why he had Ruslan beating Algieri. Anybody come forward, don't matter if they're eating fucking knuckle sandwiches all night, he scores for him. So you know what? He's old as dirt anyway. Had a great career. I'm not saying he's bad. I love Harold's corner. I'm like, hey, Jim, whatever. I would throw in with the new.
But you're not saying he's bad.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I don't.
But you're not saying he's bad.
I'm not saying that he's bad. I don't think
Never mind.
he's bad. I don't think he's like everyone. We all have something we score for. Like I'm gonna score for the boxer, you know, even though I ain't scored for the boxer necessarily in the Canelo fight because I thought he was more the boxer puncher. You know what I mean? But whatever. Go ahead, Ron.
My whole thing is like, I think it's just more like a bittersweet thing because I've had my problems with HBO, the commentary, all that stuff, just like everyone else did. But seeing that they're no longer there, it's just at this point, it's like, I don't know if it's just more like a nostalgic feeling like, hey, maybe I just don't want to see them completely gone, maybe not together. So it'd be interesting to maybe see if they took Max Kellerman and put him on Showtime, see how he works with Al Bernstein, or bring like Roy Jones and have Teddy Atlas.
Who are they? Don't do it so don't do it so vaguely. If Max comes to Showtime, who you getting rid? Who are you firing?
Well, I mean, I'm not thinking that far. So I'm just saying
one thing real quick, man.
I'll have to think about that.
There's no way in hell ESPN's gonna let Max slip through their fingertips and go to Showtime while they have
Max is
boxing.
He's probably gonna go back to ESPN.
They already got Max on that show with Steve. If they wanted to give him something as a commentator, I'm pretty sure they would have done that. I doubt. Well, you could be right. HBO's a huge corporation. Maybe they had some sort of
clause in his contract,
non-compete clause where he can't be a boxing commentator on multiple networks. Hopefully that is the case. I do like Kellerman. He's the least biased of the bunch. What is it, Rob? You didn't watch much HBO, or everything that you get it via Sky, right? Like you don't never get the commentators.
No, we do. I think through if they purchase the fight and it's just like we get it, but sometimes we get our commentary over it. Because it used to be like maybe Box Nation or something like that, or sometimes it was on Sky, depending on the card. But yeah, I'm just obviously not attached to it like you guys. You guys obviously watch boxing on it, and you've got your Game of Thrones, you whatever other.
No. Let's be clear. HBO's not going anywhere. Just the boxing department.
I'm just saying you've got an affiliation with that like channel, so you've got the other shows that are on there. And
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yo,
you watch Game of Thrones.
You are lame.
I don't watch anything.
Lame, Ron. I've been telling Ron about all kind of good series like the whole year, and he does not want to watch anything.
I only have time for boxing. That's why I have HBO. Like now I'm going to unsubscribe, and even though as the poor scheduling, that's the only reason why I had it. So I can think optimistically, like, cool, this is a way where now we can think, hey, these fighters can now go on another platform. We can maybe see some of the fights that we couldn't see.
That is what I'm praying for, bro. Like tonight, when I go to sleep, I'm gonna say a prayer for all those fighters to land. Well, not all those, just Canelo and Triple G to land on a good network. Let's talk about that, because I know Bob Arum already threw his name in the hat, saying, he actually said I want Triple G, but he did say he's open to do business with Canelo Golden Boy. Now, I don't know if that means he wants to sign Triple G to then do, business with Canelo Golden Boy, like a split pay-per-view, or does he mean he wants to sign Triple G and also do some business where Canelo Golden Boy fight with ESPN? I mean, how did you guys interpret that shit?
I got a quick question. Like, why would they have to do like any kind of business with Bob when they go like right to the source?
I think that the issue is Bob has a 7-year deal, and I'm pretty sure he put like I said, a non-compete. Like, look, I'm gonna give you all of me. I'm gonna give you guys I could put on pay-per-view, but you got to give me all of you. We can't have this half Golden Boy shit, because think about it, right? Think about these little things that usually go over our heads. Oscar didn't even know what was happening. Oscar didn't even know HBO was kicking the can, because Oscar came to HBO's defense when Bob Arum talked shit 1 week ago. He was like, "What are you saying, Bob? HBO is the home of boxing and has and always will be." Let alone, yet you don't even know that you can, go back there. And I know he flaunted the idea of HBO and Canelo's, contract being up.
But he also said in that regard that HBO are saying the contract still, Canelo's still got more fights, and our lawyers looking into it. So, like you're saying, it's not like Oscar even knew about this.
Exactly, and it just shows you this came out of nowhere. I'm wondering which, what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So, which enemy does Oscar align himself with? Does he choose to swallow his pride and go back to someone who the world perceives as a guy that tried to swindle his company and Al Heyman from under him? Or does he go and align himself with the promoter that for the last 10 years he's had a cold war with? Someone that he parted ways with as a fighter. So where does he end up? Or does he end up? Yes, right. Go. You say it, Robbie. You say it.
Hang on. My DAZN flag's down here somewhere. Just 1 second. Or will he end up on DAZN?
I mean, listen, if you're Eddie Hearn, you are in a DAZN conference call boardroom right now saying, listen, I know you already gave me $1 billion. How much of that billion can I delegate to bring Canelo? Imagine the Mexican subscribers, U.S. subscribers. They would probably make a DAZN Mexico. Someone Google, do we have DAZN Mexico? If they bring Canelo, and it's going to get us to another Mexican fight that is rumored. I know you're going to go there, but we'll leave that for like news and notes. We don't want to give those guys too much shine. But, there are some Mexican fights cooking on DAZN. Can they solidify Canelo? Can they offer Canelo big money and say, hey, what if Chavez beats Martinez? You do a Chavez rematch. That's easy money for you, because it's all about offering the guy easy money to come to DAZN to then lock him in.
Well, the big problem with that is seeing that Canelo is this humongous star. I mean, they've been using this form of Canelo fights technically being free in Mexico. So, I mean, that's going to be a big money opportunity, but it's also something where we don't really know the success of Canelo because in Mexico.
17-30 million that watch Canelo for free. If you get 1 million of those people giving you, enough pesos that equivalent, $5-10 US, DAZN's happy. And
I mean,
Canelo,
it makes sense business-wise, So, I mean, like DAZN Mexico, I'm just saying that Mexico has usually had these fights kind of like a free fight thing. So it would be a good business opportunity.
Let me tell you something else. Right under your nose used to be free. We used to get it for free with our with our cable provider. If I played the tape that I have, the lady keeps telling me, but you get HBO for free with your package. I'm like, yeah, but if I decided to cancel everything and just get HBO, you charge me $10. I'm not getting a discount for that part of HBO not being there. So she eventually gave me what I wanted, but we have to pay now for US fights. That's it. Well, actually, we got Showtime, right? Showtime and Fox are still there, and ESPN too, but eventually, ESPN we're paying for, and Showtime essentially we're paying for, because Showtime isn't like HBO, not in my area anyway. Like, it doesn't come with your package. That's an extra $10.
Now, the other thing that you guys didn't mention, because you guys mentioned Showtime, ESPN, and DAZN, but you guys remember, Golden Boy has a Facebook thing going on, and I'm not saying this is the most lucrative thing they can do, but that's another option that they can try to
there tomorrow. Did you even know?
Yeah, I put it in the chat. I got all. But I think this is going to open up a lot of negotiations and wild cards now, because you got Al Heyman in his stable. ESPN has their thing, and it's getting down to.
I didn't say. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The report said Showtime, which obviously is like Espinoza, but still with Al, right? Like, all those fighters will eventually would get to fight Canelo. Triple G, but Showtime offered Triple G is interested and has reached out to Triple G, just like Bob did, just like DAZN did. So everybody has tried, they're already. But the funny thing is that Triple G saying he wants to remain a free agent. I kind of like that whole Mikey Garcia thing, but he's gonna have to align himself with a network regardless if he's a free agent or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Work on like a fight by fight basis, obviously just try and get the money as he's nearing the end of his career, and just get those big paydays if you can.
What would Eddie offer Triple G to face the winner of Demetrius Andrade, Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people.
If Billy Joe wins, then he couldn't offer him anything. Frank Warren would be the person that would offer him something.
Brother, you obviously ain't watching Nestor and Billy Joe interview. Eddie's offering big life-changing money, brother. He said he's listen to anything Eddie has to offer after this fight.
Why would Frank Warren let his fighter leave like that?
You ain't got to let nobody do nothing. All Billy's doing is entertaining what other fight Eddie is willing to offer. Listen, Eddie is no different than Bob at this point. They're buying fights. You see, Bob just bought Uzcategui. Bob just bought Kovalev and Elderly Alvarez. And if Bob is smart, he keeps those guys, because he's got who he's got. He's got the light heavyweight Godchek, and Godchek's gonna be fighting Stevenson. If Eddie's smart, he'll chase Stevenson, he'll chase Kovalev, Elderly Alvarez. He'll chase Bivol. Bivol's used to fight on HBO. Because DAZN has Archer Better BF, so you got to get him some fighters. You got to get sexy fighters for him. So I mean, there's gonna be a lot of headlines here pretty soon. I cannot wait. It's gonna get very interesting. I loved it. I loved that HBO left. Like, it didn't matter to me who left. You know, it doesn't matter to me who wins. Let me make that clear. I don't care if Eddie wins. I don't care if Bob wins. I don't care if Al wins. But I want one Dana White equivalent. Give me all my fucking fights so I don't gotta, cry and make headlines about people ducking people. Make it simple. The way it's simple on the PBC side. Make it simple. I want one of these guys to win and continue to overthrow the other. Just keep swallowing the little guy. Look, like I said on the earlier show today, there used to be Gary Shaw. He's no more. You know what I'm saying? He's no more. So swallowing the little guy.
I just look at it as, look, I haven't got the emotional attachment to HBO like you guys maybe have, but, fuck them. If they're not invested in our sport, see you later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think it's just like, a lot of people who probably felt similar like me, I'm an old school historian, like this stuff, it's a nostalgic feeling, but we have to just make sure to move on to bigger and better things. We're getting to this point where it was too many competitors, and now it's coming back to just a couple. And at this rate, it's better for boxing, it's less politics. And, I want to say that everyone who probably doesn't work for the HBO boxing team outside of it, like promoters and boxers, the people who do like the directing and all the production stuff, you may see those skills now translate maybe to DAZN and all these other platforms, because there is these job applications I saw out there for DAZN and Perform Group. So a lot of these HBO guys might move over to DAZN outside of the boxers. There might be a big production boost on DAZN, seeing the fact that now they're unemployed.
I hope because they have to do a better job, right? Like the World Boxing Super Series with George Groves and Callum Smith is the 29th, which is 2 days. And I really don't think that I knew.
Tomorrow. Fights tomorrow.
Look at that. I didn't even know that. That's bad. And what is that? A Friday night big fight? What the fuck? They should have really done. Is this even on DAZN? Did DAZN get this, or do they get the next season?
It's on DAZN.
They got this.
Oh, well, thank God, because at least I already.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yes, sir. It's in Saudi.
Main event, 4 p.m.
Holy shit.
And Chris Eubank fights at 3, I think.
Yo, return to Chris fucking Fraud Bank.
Say what you want. The guy does numbers.
Yeah, he's gonna beat the crap out of this guy because we never heard of him. I just like when he steps up, he's got to get a win, bro. It's like he's wilding right now. He got to change his whole attitude if he ain't gonna be beating up the top level guys. Like he can't be talking all crazy like that and chip on his shoulder and getting beat up.
Getting off the scale with those Superman gloves.
I really don't think he lost his last fight, but beat up is a strong word.
Lost that horribly.
Right. No, you're right, but he didn't look good, bro.
No.
He always unravels like when he's losing. Like I remember the Billy Joe, like he just starts swinging for the fences. He doesn't look good. He's a bit sloppy. People talk about Wilder. This guy be falling himself always.
It's like Ryan Garcia. He looks good on Instagram, right?
I mean, Chris Eubank is like built up on social media. Not saying he's a social media fighter, but a lot of his hype outside of his dad was the social media posting videos. That was a big part of his game.
Yeah, like his fast pad work and et cetera. But like, dude, I mean, is he at 60 or 68 this fight?
68. Ate breakfast this morning.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, who you picking, him or Benavidez? You know what? He has shown a solid chin, though.
That's
right?
what I'm saying, bro.
And a good work rate.
If y'all seen that last round,
bro, you got to match him correctly. That's the thing, because if you put him in there with a boxer, he's gonna get outboxed because he's a wide puncher. He's a wide puncher, that throws a lot of punches. But like, I still think Benavidez is a straighter, technically more, and he's taller. He uses his height. I'm still picking Benavidez. You're bugging.
Yeah, he's too small for like 168. He should be at 160.
But don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean Benavidez beats because, that's a questionable win, right? Because Benavidez struggled with the first Ronald Graville fight.
Well, he mentioned that he had adversities to overcome at that time. So that's what the rematch was, to settle that. It was just kind
of got some more too, shit.
But more adversities now. But the Chris Eubank situation, I mean, he always has potential to prove because his whole training regimen isn't traditional. So a lot of people have questioned his training methods and his corner work. So I mean, maybe if he tries a different approach, a traditional approach, that he could probably get improvement. That's what a lot of people like to see.
I guess, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying the
I
guys.
think at this point,
Oh my God.
you know what I'm saying? He's like living off the DAZN name. Like what has he done? He lost to Billy Joe early, and then we let him slip back into our life by beating Reginald fucking Quillen, dog. The only reason I even know Reginald Quillen is because he beat him. Like, I shouldn't know him, and that dude's never done nothing after losing to Eubank. You know what I'm saying? And then he made this other dude famous, but that goes to show you he is popular. Because not only did he make fucking Reginald a name that we know, now we know this other dude, Avini, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The last dude he beat in the last Super 6. You know what I'm saying? Just like whoever he's about to beat now, we might remember, and he'll become someone else's opponent. But at 68, is he beating Caleb Plant? I don't know. That's actually a good fight. And you know they train with each other. It's a good fight only again because Chris Eubank has a beard. Caleb Plant doesn't have the biggest punching power. We'll see. I don't know, man. Look, whatever. We gave Eubank so much time without Rob.
Last thing on Eubank real quick. Say what you want to say about him. The guy is always in a exciting fight. He does come to fight.
Yeah. Gets beat up.
Dude,
really quick.
Hey, your boy's shoulder still fucked up, ain't it? Ain't it still fucked up?
But he won. And let's talk about like the main event. I mean, essentially, let's see what this, you know, the overall reason why the World Boxing Super Series has a fight. You know, it's Groves and Smith. You know, what's your take and opinion? Who you got winning?
Oh my God, does Groves look tiny or what?
Fuck now, dude, like 6'4", like he's like 6'3", 6'4". He tall as fuck.
Body language, he's like all crouched down. You see, fucking Callum is like, yeah, you know, he's like all into it, and George Groves is just like, man, shoulders curling in like Rob, and it's just like, is he okay?
Like Rob,
wasn't he hurt? Isn't he coming straight off an injury, right?
Yeah, his shoulder went in the.
Yo, you know the World Boxing Super Series was throwing crazy money around. I hope he ain't coming in here hurt for a checky.
Nah, he's gonna be.
Would it be the first time? not Groves, but I'm saying as far as like a boxer.
I'm just saying. I hope not. I hope.
I mean, rumors are that this season around there isn't quite the same amount of money for these fighters. I think the first season was like, holy shit, they're throwing out some money, and this time around it's not quite so much, but. For me, it's really hard because he boxes really well, and he's not exciting to watch, Callum Smith, but I don't know. I'm feeling George Groves is going to take the whole thing. Groves gets massive after a weigh.
Well, it's definitely Callum's step up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think his biggest fight's Rocky Fielding's, I think, on his resume, right?
Yeah, I mean, he stepped.
Did he beat Frank?
Huh?
Did he beat Frank Buglioni?
No.
I'm not sure.
Somebody that stepped up to 135.
But yeah, for me, Groves, he's going to put on a ton of weight after the weigh-in. And he just looks a different fighter when he gets in the ring. He looks just as huge. You know, I know Callum Smith looks a lot taller, and he needs to maybe use his height, and he'll box. And I know Tony Bellew has been saying Callum Smith since this World Boxing Super Series was even, mentioned properly, and it was just like it's gonna maybe happen this tournament. And Bellew always blows up this bow, but they're both from sort of the Liverpool area and stuff, so maybe that's a bit of just hometown love. But he always raves about Callum Smith, and as I see a ton of fighters saying Callum Smith is, he's the guy for this tournament. But for me, I'm going to go with George Groves, probably by stoppage as well. I think Groves has looked, I don't know, like a different fighter since he switched up his trainers and stuff. I don't know. He just looks quite in mean mood, and he's coming into his own the last few fights.
Yeah, the only reason that I said that he beat Frank was because I knew it was a guy that moved up to 175, which was Rocky Fielding. My bad. But I do know George Groves has looked better and better ever since he won his title against, I forget the guy's name, but ever since then. Who?
Wasn't it Chutinov?
Yeah, Chutinov. He has looked a lot better since he won his title. Maybe that that winning his title has like boosted up his confidence and gave him more.
He also
morale.
been fighting that level of opposition, right? It's like who's Chudnov?
You're right.
Who's he beat? Who's Eubank beat? You know what I'm saying? It's like those guys aren't Carl Froch, the one that was putting him on his butt.
He does have a win over Degale, whatever that goes for. So I mean,
Well, I think
that goes for a lot. Even though, like, look at Degale now; he's on a consistent decline.
But he gave him his first loss though. He beat an undefeated Degale.
Hey, all good, but it's not like Dillian White. Dillian White got his first loss, 14-0. He's bounced back. He's title contention. He's a top contender.
Well, hold on.
What?
Degale did bounce back and win a title, IBF strap after dude beat him. It just lately after Badu Jack took his soul, he been looking a little bit different now. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I think he's been declining for a minute, man.
Look,
he got his tooth knocked out in DC. I remember.
He Truax fight.
Yeah, he no disrespect, but the James Degale of a few years ago shouldn't be going 24 rounds with Truax. I know you guys.
Thank you.
But he did. The thing is, Mike, he has gone 24 rounds with Caleb Truax, so he's definitely, in my opinion, on the decline. And he's now
after the Badu Jack fight though.
He's got a fight off TV. James Degale is now fighting off TV before supposedly.
A lot of fighters off TV this weekend, though. A lot.
I'm just saying this is James Degale, who's been, the fighter that he's been, but now he's off TV, and then apparently he's given up the IBF because he's chasing big money fights at the end of his career. But it's a shame.
There's rumors for him and Eubank to be fighting at the end of the year. Both that's kind of why they both took these kind of tune-ups right now.
I don't know, man. It's hilarious that he would even vacate the title and use a Eubank fight as the excuse when I've been following him his whole career. And you could just check his Twitter. He's said on multiple occasions that he'd never fight Eubank. Right. He never respected the IBO. He laughed at him when he won that IBO. You know what I'm saying? Now he's not on that high horse. All of a sudden, he's ready to make a super fight. And Eubank is a super fight worthy enough of me to vacate my title when I used to laugh at him, and he's not really a champion because I used to say the IBF isn't a real belt, and I mean I being James Degale, like
IBO
hypocrites, bro. Yeah, whatever.
But you were the same. I mean, you're a businessman, right? You got your channel. You know what I'm saying? You're the boxing voice. Now, being a businessman,
no, like always looking out for the fighter's pocket.
No, I'm not looking out for the fighter cause shit. Either you gonna go fight
Sergio Martinez and Chavez make their money. No, I'm not.
Either you gonna go fight Eubank over in London or the UK at some kind of arena that holds like 30,000-40,000, or you gonna take a motherfucking beat down against Jose. Which one you gonna do?
Doggy. You could paint it however you want.
It's the truth.
No,
I ain't painting nothing. I'm painting the truth.
So vacating your belt, not fighting Jose Uzcategui is the truth.
Yes, because he wants a bigger fight. That's Chris Eubank over in the UK. Word up. Straight up, homie. Hey, I never said he won ducking. Who said he won ducking? Who said he won ducking?
I'll shoot that duck.
Real quick, man, we got a super chat from my guy Demetrius Ramos. Ness, I always thought I was a casual. After 1 year listening to TBV, come on, son. Appreciate the hate and love given all protectors in the house. Okay.
Well, thank you. All right, so let's get to some other topics here quickly. Fighters now looking for a U.S. broadcaster. Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, Jaime Munguia, Dmitry Bivol, Sergey Kovalev, Daniel Jacobs. So wait a minute. So is HBO still gonna air Derevchenko Jacobs?
Yeah, I don't
think that's actually.
Oh, all right. That's still on our air. All right. So Daniel Jacobs, which now means Sergey Derevchenko, I guess. No, he's not on HBO. He's just there for a title shot. Roman Chocolatico and Srisaket Sor Rungvisai.
Being kicked out, yeah.
and Rey Vargas. And anybody else we might have mentioned, no harm, no foul.
There was another. They were saying real quick is that potentially that the fight might they might still have one more year left in HBO. That's a rumor that they may end it, but it's a possibility that they'll finish out to 2019.
They might as well just kick the can now, bro. We don't hang around giving us fucking 360 per what is that shit they would just did last week?
I know. Yeah, they're talking about the 360.
Don't hang around giving me fucking super flies every fucking week. Get out of here with that bull crap. Anyway,
we'll look down that list and we all say where we think each fight is going.
Oh, go ahead. Where you think he's going?
Well, read it out. So what, Canelo? Where's he going to end up?
I think ESPN is probably going to be his biggest fit. I think. Well, I don't know. I mean, do they really let Eddie go into the billion? If he could touch the whole billion to sign someone, then maybe he could get Canelo. If he can't touch the billion, if that's like delegated yearly, anyway, what was the total for his year? He get like 120,
125 a year.
How much could you give Canelo? Because you got to remember, didn't Cotto get like 50 mil or some crazy shit from Rock? How much did Rock give Cotto? Like 55 million. So you got to give Canelo like huge signing bonus money, man. I think
Canelo's going to Showtime. I mean, he's pay-per-view, and a lot of the big fights over there. And I'm going to give Canelo the benefit of doubt until I start seeing him start to duck some of these guys. They sound like they want to try to entertain an idea for Charlos and those guys.
No way, Ron. Stop trying to fucking make me smile. There's no way. No, honestly,
I want to give him that benefit of doubt.
No, honest to God, I don't think he's going to Showtime because of the Heyman thing, bro. Like Heyman and Oscar, they're not cool. And Oscar knows it. Like Oscar hates Espinoza. He's like, bro, I brought you to Showtime, and you turn. You know, I don't see it, but yo, that would be a great world to wake up in.
What if Canelo said, Oscar, I want to fight on Showtime?
I mean, yeah, again, Rob, that would be a great world to wake up in, right? Like, dude, I mean, they could offer Canelo easy fights, right? Just to entice him. It's like, we'll give you Peter Quillin. Oh, no, Quillin doesn't fight at 60 anymore, right? Who fights at 60? They could offer him not named Jamal. Meanwhile, I was checking Jamal's resume. I mean, he's only beaten Trout, right? Like, maybe Canelo fights him tomorrow. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another one at 160. Who could they give him? Who's at 160 on Showtime side? Al Heyman.
That's what I'm saying. So he might not be going there. You know where he could go, though? Ryota Marotta. Bob Arum probably like, listen, Oscar, let's put this in Japan. I'll make sure Canelo gets X amount of millions. You'll still see it over here. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, Tom Loeffler also said he's entertained that idea with Triple G potentially fighting him, too.
Yeah, who's bigger, the loser or the winner?
Well, yeah, you're right.
The guy with the belts or the guy that ain't got the belts? The man with the country or the man that you don't want to go to his country?
Yeah, no, it's definitely Canelo. He's the bigger one. But who was next on the list?
Well, if it's not Canelo, it's Triple G.
Gennady.
I think DAZN. I think he's going to end up on DAZN, personally.
I mean,
of the two, that's definitely the.
I think he'll end up on DAZN too, especially with the Chavez Jr., Sergio Martinez rumors. They could give him like a retirement tour on DAZN. It's like, look, Gennady, you've seen your better years. Come over here. We'll give you like $2 million a pop. You'll fight Chavez or winner of Martinez, you know. And maybe your last fight, we finish you off with the winner of Demetrius Andrade or just Andrade, because I'm sure DAZN is hoping Andrade wins. They didn't sign Billy Joe, so they want Andrade to win. So maybe that 3-fight deal, you know, it's like the last one you pass the torch to Demetrius Andrade in a DAZN ring somewhere.
Yeah. So Munguia obviously goes where Canelo goes, right?
Yeah.
Well, why? Is he a Canelo fighter?
He always no, but the way that Oscar's promoting him.
He's Zamfir, right? Google it. I believe he's Zamfir Promotions. That means he's going to Bob. Zamfir and Bob have a relationship. Marquez used to be with Zamfir. Just Google if it's Zamfir. I don't know. I'm not sure, but if I'm Jamie, you know, anywhere that I go, I'm happy because last year I was fighting on Mexico TV. So like, Jamie's just in a good position right now. It's not even Jamie, it's Jaime. Excuse me. Dmitry Bivol. Bivol is in a good home if he goes to DAZN, or I mean everywhere he could go, because everywhere got enough light heavyweights for him to have good matches. Showtime, DAZN, and Bob. Go ahead, Rob.
No, sorry. Yeah, he's
like a bobblehead. He's like this. Damn.
No. I keep realizing, you're always telling me to jump in, but you ain't stopping. Yeah, Bivol's obviously already worked with Eddie Hearn. He got him on the Monaco card a couple of years ago, I think, or last year. And there was rumors instantly of this DAZN card that Bivol would be one of them. So, although I think his team said, nah, there's no deal in place, and it kind of went quiet on that. But I think Bivol will end up on DAZN as well.
Yeah, I got DAZN. Same reasons.
Yeah. Who else we got on there?
Daniel Jacobs.
DAZN.
I think is more than likely this was his last fight on HBO, and now we know it's for sure because it's HBO's done.
So much for those rumors about a 6-fight deal, huh? HBO must have signed him to a 6-fight deal with the option to vacate.
Yeah, it's a 4-fight deal with the option of 2 if we've got any money left.
I mean, I think it was there. I think it was a 6-fight deal with or a 4-fight with the options, like you said, because think about it. They thought Canelo was still there. If Jacobs wins this fight, HBO has another unification with Canelo and Jacobs on their hand.
I mean, do you think this is why the HBO guys have looked into the contract with Canelo and they've gone, oh shit, yeah, it was his last fight. Fuck it, let's call it a day.
I mean, I guess. But all I know is that I'm happy it shook things up. Speaking of shaking things up, some pretty unfortunate news for Victor Ortiz. There's been allegations of a rape charge for Victor Ortiz. He was arrested and out on bail. Remember, he isn't convicted or found guilty of the charges just yet, but he is off the card. So Victor Ortiz versus John Molina has been scrapped and will be replaced with Brandon Figueroa, the brother of Omar Figueroa from Walesko, Texas, versus Oscar Escaldon. What I'll say is that this is a magnificent step up for Brandon Figueroa so early in his career. If we do a Google search as to see when Escaldon fought Gary Russell, we will be applauding the young Figueroa.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got to see him over in New York. It was untelevised on the FS1 card. And I know this is going to be a huge step up in competition, but from what I saw, he was beating this guy up. And some of the crowd members from the other side was like, I think his opponent's crying. And I wasn't able to verify, but the rumor was the crowd was saying he made his opponent cry and practically quit. He was beating him up. I was trying to record it, but my dumb ass hit the button twice. But he looked pretty good. And Oscar Escaldon, he also is coming off not just the Gary Russell loss, but a loss against another guy, a silver medalist from Mongolia. I think he fought on ESPN. So he's actually coming off of 2 losses. So this is a really important fight for Escaldon to stay relevant if he wants to keep boxing on television at least.
Yeah, when is that card? Is it this weekend, right?
It's actually on a Sunday. It's a totally different day. Boxing isn't usually televised. I'm actually going to try to go out. I'm going to go out and cover that fight. But this is going to be something where I think his brother Norman comes out too. So Omar Figueroa might maybe have some opportunity maybe to talk. I guess he's missing in action. I know a lot of media is probably going to ask him.
And this is tomorrow or is this Saturday? No, this is Sunday.
This is Sunday.
This is Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, on Fox Sports 1.
Terrible programming.
Friday, we got ESPN, which we'll get to in a second. On Fox Sports, we also have Joe Joyce returning, James Degale returning off air, F.A. Ajaba returning, Joey Spencer, Jose Balderas, who is the Rio Olympian. But on Friday, we have Devin Haney's first self-promoted card. And he's going to be fighting, I think, Juan Carlos Burgos, right? It's pretty correct. It's a step up. I think Burgos is going to be way too little for him. And definitely, just like he's going to be overmatched. It's just, it's not on that level. I think he's going to look very short next to him as well. But we shall. Interesting fight to watch, though. You guys should definitely set your DVRs for ShoBox on Showtime, not to be confused with HBO, who threw in the towel.
Another thing I wanted to say was it was a pretty dominant performance, but Mikey Garcia actually went the distance with what's his name, Carlos. So if Devin Haney can stop him, I know this was like 4 years ago when Mikey Garcia fought him, but this is a shared opponent, and I think that's why they probably went with him too.
Everyone's sleeping.
Well, kind of waiting for you. You have no thoughts because it's an American card. You're that biased?
I don't know a ton of them that you're talking about, to be honest.
You don't know Efe. You don't know Joe Joyce. You don't know Degale. You don't know Joey Spencer.
Not really. We can talk about Joyce is rumored to be on the Wilder Ortiz undercard, and Ortiz as well. And some are saying, "Oh, what if this is the big fight that Joyce is getting at the end of the year?"
That's what I said.
That is a big step up, but you know.
I mean, if you're Lewis, you're happy because it's like you got a guy that while he has a lot of experience in the amateurs, you know, we've seen him stopped in the amateurs and he doesn't have too much pro experience. So if you're Luis Ortiz, this is your quickest way at title contention, especially if they're talking about putting you on the Wilder pay-per-view. It just like builds it up.
To me, it feels like him being there is. But you were talking about it today. If knowing the show when you revealed it was in, you had Coppinger on, and you were asking him outside of an AJ fight, what fight could be pay-per-view for Wilder, and you sort of mentioned Brazil, and he was like, I don't see it. But I think an Ortiz rematch could definitely do a pay-per-view if off the back of the Fury, if it does good numbers.
Yeah, I think everything's kind of laid out. We're kind of seeing that this Wilder Anthony Joshua fight it's probably not going to happen in April or anytime soon next year. I think this probably you can see the blueprint starting to lay out. They're getting the undercards, heavyweights, Ortiz, Joe Joyce, which I hope they don't put them together because that's a fast track for Joe Joyce, seeing that he's going to have a 6th fight Sunday and then that would be a 7th fight. But you can see the blueprints being laid out. You know, that Anthony Joshua has his Dillian White situation. He put in the Twitter poll. There's a rumor of Tyson Fury and Wilder maybe having 2 fights. By that time, Pulev and Huey Fury will be in the position of a mandatory, and the IBF tends to try to rush theirs yearly and by that time be maybe October. So, I mean, this is where it kind of looks like. You know, Wilder's going this route and AJ's going to go that route. And if they don't get something working out, which is probably not going to happen, we're not going to see that. I don't want to be the pessimist on that, but this is pretty obvious what's going on now.
Yeah, probably right.
So I think we should discuss the mistake in programming with Showtime. They have scheduled a Stevenson versus Godchek or Godvek, whatever. Godek, I don't know. The light heavyweight by Top Rank. They've scheduled that fight to take place in Quebec December 1st, which is the same thing as the Fury pay-per-view. So is it going to be on an earlier card to entice you and they use it as an infomercial for the Fury? Like buy Fury, buy Fury, buy Fury. Wilder, excuse me. Wilder, equal Wilder Furies. Or is this just counter programming and they're fucking up shooting the Wilder Fury pay-per-view in the foot by having free boxing on the same day?
I was looking into some things. At first, it just sounded like a terrible, terrible thing. But the report sounded like they were trying to actually make this an earlier card, which bleeds into the pay-per-view card. And that's what I see now. So I think they are using this as an infomercial.
What network do we see Stevens on? Is it like CBS? And it's like free on CBS so that they can say Wilder pay-per-view later on tonight. I mean,
they're putting it on Showtime. So Showtime promoting Showtime pay-per-view.
Oh, okay. So they're going to be warming you up. All right. I wonder if that works. You know what they need to do? Similar to email marketing. Like everyone that subscribes to Showtime, they need to contact the cable providers a way to alert people of certain programming, right? Because now all boxes are digital. Like, why can't I get some sort of reminder like, hey, big pay-per-view on tonight? You know what I mean? Something like that. No, I'm dreaming. All right.
Very quick.
Don't all give me your opinion on that.
It would be nice. Of course, it would be nice, But
pulling teeth with these guys some days.
Very quick. Just found a tweet. And a member of the media has sort of retweeted it from another member of the media, but it says, hearing that Joe Joyce could face Gerald Washington on the Wilder Fury undercard, should he come through Sunday's fight unscathed?
I mean,
that means Ortiz would fight Brazil.
I'm sorry. That means what?
That means Ortiz would probably be fighting Brazil on that card if they want Ortiz on that card. That only makes sense.
I doubt it, dude. We just thought Joe Joyce could have possibly been fighting Luis Ortiz, and now we're hearing Gerald Washington. While that's not a bad fight, it's not a big fight the way he made it seem.
Probably the first one that opens it up. Then maybe have your boy one time come back on the card, and then I would put Ortiz versus Brazil that leads up to the main event.
It seems like they're doing this like a heavyweight, like triple thing because, they're trying to stack this as a big heavyweight division fight. They got Ortiz on there. They're showing some prospects, shared opponents with Gerald Washington. I mean, I would love to dominate Brazil, but some people speculate he probably won't give up his quote mandatory, but that would be the ideal fight. I think Dominic Brazil beating Ortiz would for sure get my respect. I'm really truly demanding that Wilder fight,
Yeah, finally get Fury out of the way and have a mandatory.
And one thing on the Stevenson card, right quick, if they were smart, they'll have that shit streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere to let the people know about the pay-per-view that's coming up in like less than an hour or something like that. But if they only put it on Showtime, then I think they are shooting themselves in the foot. But if they make it free across all their social media platforms, then I think they'll probably work out a little bit better.
I mean, I guess it varies, it's case by case. I think they just need to really rely on this press tour to be like the thing, like the Conor McGregor Mayweather, so that they can take the highlights of that and really push it. And they got the characters and stuff like that.
I mean,
I think
it's looking looking pretty over.
That's what I was gonna say.
What is it, USS Intrepid or whatever it is? I don't know. The ship, isn't it now a museum or something? But they're holding the out on the ship. I wonder what odds we're going to get that Tyson Fury comes dressed as a sailor or some shit, or fucking Popeye or something like that.
Anytime you can get like the military like involved in something, it always increases the fucking, what's the word? Not even that. It increases people awareness about it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows somebody that's in the military, and
boxing in the military has been synonymous ever since I've been a kid, so them targeting the military is going to be something very big, especially for a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why not? It's look something new and different, and get them on there on the deck of the ship. It's gonna, when Wilder
and the ship look pretty cool too.
Going at it, and that is going to be ramping it up. But like you're saying about that card, I don't know if it's going to, you either know that fight's on or it's not, and if you're going to buy it or you're not. I think whether it's on Showtime or it's on social media, that undercard, I don't think it matters. You're either going to get this or you're not.
You can say that, but having it available on all platforms is probably the best way to go about it. Just having it on Showtime, you're going to cut off a lot of potential viewers of it. You know what I'm saying? People that probably wouldn't even know shit about boxing, you know what I'm saying? Just on Twitter one Saturday and say, oh shit, it's a fight on? Let me watch it. And then bam, there goes Wilder Fury.
Outside of the social media, if they really wanted to get the most attention, they should have, if they had the opportunity, make this a potential Fox fight and build off the local channels. And then I think that would probably be the most attention that they can probably get.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
What channel or network actually does Canelo Triple G rematch get the best exposure?
ESPN.
The best exposure, or where it gets the most money from? Who will pony up the most dough for it?
Exposure wise, ESPN.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, exposure, both visibility and pay-per-view buys, because they're not gonna do it for free.
ESPN.
I mean, I haven't seen ESPN pay-per-view for a long time, but outside of Manny Pacquiao, I think ESPN will probably be like the first launch that they can probably propel the consistent pay-per-view buys if they get a trilogy. Showtime's the proven one, but they haven't did one outside of Mayweather for like over 10 years. So it's tough to
We
assess.
do know that Canelo at least done business with Espinoza, but you know, Golden Boy was attached to that. But he did bring Canelo to Showtime for a couple of fights.
Not only that, like you go to the spot that has like the most popular shows too, where you can like get your ad in on their time. Like First Take, you got Sports Center, you got Highly Questionable, you got PTI. So with those, like right there, I mean, you got
shows you like, or have you checked the rating?
No, I mean they are the big shows on fucking ESPN. I mean, I don't have to check the ratings when they've been when they've been on there for like almost 20-some years. You know what I'm saying? So
HBO boxing was there for 40 years. We heard they're gone.
Yeah, but ESPN and HBO are in two different stratospheres when you talk about Disney. So
Man, you're right, but you just don't know what the numbers are till you know what the numbers are.
you want to bet me? I mean, we can bet it. I mean,
I don't want to bet you. I just want you to do your due diligence.
Oh man, okay, I hear you, but
what if you wrong?
I'm not wrong.
I'm just giving you shit, Mike.
Sports Center, First Take, PTI, they're like the staples of ESPN. So,
well, mention ESPN. There's also an ESPN Plus fight that we talked about a little bit earlier. We got Jose Uzcategui, which Rob calls him Wi-Fi password because the last name is pretty hard for him to say or spell or both.
Uzcategui.
And then, okay, well, practice makes perfect. And Jerwin Ancajas, he's been the Filipino fighter that's been compared to Manny Pacquiao. That's their narrative. I don't think he fights like Manny Pacquiao. But you can
that's the top ranked narrative. Any Filipino they can get, they want to paint him as the next Pacquiao. They tried it with that other guy, Masito Gesta, and with Nonito Donaire.
Yeah, and I believe he's Pacquiao. I think he's like promoted by Manny Pacquiao at times. I know he was in that Jeff Horn fight, and he had a lot of attention, but his last fight looked lackluster. So in this fight, this is where they're going to try to build his platform, his profile, and if he gets a knockout. So, and Uzcategui, which is, I haven't heard this for a while, but he's going to be in a 10-round non-title bout. So meaning the fact that even if he wins or lose, he keeps his belt. So,
and they're fighting at like 172.
Yeah, and his original opponent was pulled out, so this is actually a replacement. So this is definitely a showcase fight because the advertisement out here in Oakland, because I'll be covering this fight as well as the FS1 card. They've been just showing Uzcategui, not his opponent. So you can definitely feel like this is going to be a showcase fight. They're going to try to build him up, and I think, like Ness was saying, I think Bob Arum has snatched him from Showtime, and now I believe this is his opportunity to kind of be built up as the headline for ESPN and their approach to building their profile fighters.
I don't know if they snatch him up. That's why it's I think that's why it's non-title, because he still is owed a fight to Caleb.
Yes,
which
and that's actually
Showtime. I think. I don't think it's going to be a purse bid situation. I think it's like that fight's already agreed upon. It's just Caleb got hurt and they wait. And I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I think you're 100% right on that. I did forget about that. And Caleb Plant, we did interview him. He did come on the Chivas Regal show out in Vegas, and we talked with him. So he did mention, his hands is looking a lot better. So I believe that fight's going to be happening sometime.
It's a one-off. Like everyone's learning how to do one-offs. Look, AJ did a one-off, and I hope that Canelo and them do a one-off. I mean, Canelo could get a lot of money from people by doing one-offs.
Canelo get paid doing one-off shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited.
If I was Canelo, I wouldn't dare sign a fucking damn contract. Well, you might not even bring me a contract. I want that Floyd Mayweather treatment.
Not necessarily, brother, because Floyd got a contract and it was like, 30 something million per fight. Like if Showtime could pull that off again, if Showtime could go to their execs, right, and say, remember that time you gave me all that money and I brought Floyd here? Well, this is the next Floyd. He's the only one doing $1 million on pay-per-view. Has there been a gap in his millions? Yes. But let's be honest. HBO's budget has been dwindling. They haven't been promoting boxing the way that they used to. And Canelo promoted properly, he will do more than $1 million on Showtime, I think. He's going to bring subscribers to Showtime. You know, he's going to bring people to the ESPN app. He's going to bring people to the DAZN app. He's a hot commodity, hotter than Triple G at this point because he has all the belts. And Eddie's already proven that he's going to pay heavy for people that have those belts. DAZN paid for Joshua. They paid for Usyk. They paid for Hooker. You know, let's see. Let's see. Any other thing you guys want to touch?
Well, I was going to say, mention of paid. I think Billy Joe Sanders is probably going to have to pay something, or maybe not. Do you know the whole story about Billy Joe Sanders, quote unquote, failing his test, Rob?
Yeah, I've got information on it. If obviously this broke that Billy Joe Saunders has popped. He popped for, where is it? Oxyliofrene, which apparently boosts what was it? Your
adrenaline. I guess it gives
your
you
oxygenation of your blood, your stamina, all that kind of thing. And yeah, it was like, oh, the fight's going to be off, and he's going to be stripped. But it's a stimulant and only banned in competition, and in competition tests in Britain are considered to be on the day of the fight, so he is unlikely to face a sanction. And according to the US Anti-Doping Agency, in competition refers to the period commencing 12 hours before a competition in which the athlete is scheduled to participate through the end of the competition and sample collection process related to. And then it was like, we have to see what it's about in Boston. Obviously, the fight's there. The rules of the Massachusetts State Athletic Commission state that the commission adheres and to the prohibited list published by the World Anti-Doping Agency for anti-doping standards. And then it just has a link to the USADA website. So it looks like apparently this is from a nasal spray. There's a statement from on Frank Warren's page.
Hey, it is cold in the UK, so I could see your nose running a bit and needing a nasal spray, right?
I mean, I guess, look, I'm going to take this just like I did. When it came out, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I was not happy. And then more came out, and I'm like, well, maybe. But for me, if you're a top-level athlete, just you should know what's going in your body, all right? You should have a team around you. You should know exactly what's coming in. I know his team can't maybe stop him because we've seen Billy Joe, he's out wild doing his thing, and he could have just popped into a store and picked something up. And yeah, stupid mistake. But to me, world athlete, especially with a fight, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away, or whatever, should know what he's putting inside his body, and then there wouldn't be any of this. Because despite whether it's proven or whatever, this is shit like this sticks, So, people are just going to be straight on.
Do you think that you should get this? Okay.
I'm sorry, Ron. Mine's is going to be real quick, especially when you call Canelo a dirty little redheaded cheat.
Yep, exactly. So, he had plenty to say on that. And whether it was tainted beef or whether it was, he's cycling off an actual, some sort, it's still, it went in the body, and you shouldn't do it.
Another little thing, I think it was tasteless of Sergio Mora. You just got a job. Other than this job, you would have been irrelevant. Like, it's tasteless for you to come out. I don't even know what pikey means, but it sounds offensive.
It's an offensive for a gypsy traveler.
What?
It's an offensive term towards a gypsy traveler.
And adding fucking in an Irish slang doesn't make it any better. And you're supposed to be the lead commentator on DAZN where Billy Joe's fighting. I don't know. I never seen Bernstein do anything like that. Lampley, not Roy, not Farhood. Just saying, just because you used to be a fighter doesn't mean you shouldn't, have some sort of level of respect.
Is that tweet still there? Been removed?
Has it really?
I mean,
no, I'm saying has it? So I was gonna.
That would be good. I would at least applaud him.
I mean, with all these things, I mean, as long as you guys, people stay consistent on their views. I mean, I would say if you view Canelo as a cheat, and like you're not going in depth, and you're consistent with the Billy Joe Saunders thing, then it makes sense. But if you're picking sides and going, oh, well, Canelo cheated, but Billy Joe's not. I mean, we're not doctors, you know, and just so that our whole narrative on this thing, we're not actually going to be picking on if they're actually cheating or not. So we're probably not even going to go down that road. So if you guys want to know in the chat, I'm not a doctor. We're not doctors.
I'm not a doctor, but when you step up in competition and this kind of shit happen.
I agree 100%, you know, and that's one of the things like Rob was saying, like, you got to know what you put in your body. Just like Ness actually said what I was going to say about the whole Canelo thing.
You know what's
crazy? Maybe that's the point. He doesn't know what he put in his body.
Let me tell you, you know what's crazy? We haven't heard that Billy Joe was tested by VADA. And someone's going to have to watch my interview for me. I'm not going to watch it, but I could have sworn Demetrius told me he paid for VADA. But hopefully it wasn't WADA. But because I mean, I guess so, because WADA caught it anyway. But I'm sure VADA would have been a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Was VADA that caught Billy Joe?
I thought it was WADA.
No, VADA.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. VADA's on a fucking job. And shout out to Demetrius Andrade. If you go back to my press conference video when I was in the little room with him privately, he was like, "That's why I'm paying, because people are out here cheating. I'm paying out my pocket to get this shit tested." I was like,
hey, real quick, we got a super chat from Dale McCree. Dirty meat or dirty nasal spray, no difference. Not going to fly in the USA. Damn right.
Yeah, so let me just quickly read his the press release. It says, following reports of an adverse analytical finding in a test carried out by the voluntary anti-doping agency VADA on WBA world middleweight champion Billy Joe Saunders, we can confirm that the product concerned is permitted to be used out of competition by United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency, UKAD, in line with the regulations of WADA. For the avoidance of doubt, the product in question was a common decongestant nasal spray. The British Boxing Board of Control, under whose jurisdiction Billy Joe Saunders is licensed and are affiliated to only, he is affiliated only to UKAD and WADA. Yeah, Mr. Saunders has been tested a number of times in 2018, all negative. His last out of competition test by UKAD was on the 24th of September 2018. And Nez Sergio Mora looks like he has deleted his comment.
Of course he would. Because how would he like it if someone said, "You fucking dirty Mexican"? Because ain't that what he said? "You fucking dirty pikey" or some shit like that.
It was something like that. It was definitely pikey was used, and
yeah, he said. Well, he changed the fucking into fucking. You know, he even spelled it like he's like how I don't. Let me shut up, man. Whatever.
Yeah. So
these situations are always tough.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, man. It's like you said, when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, you fucking idiot," you know? And then you hear the nasal spray, and it's like, it's maybe, but like I say,
that nationalism. You hear the nasal spray, you say maybe. I did not read nasal spray and think, oh, maybe that he isn't cheating.
How did they find? So my whole thing is like, and I'm not accusing anyone because I'm not a doctor, but how did they just pinpoint fast, like, beef nasal spray, like automatic, quickly?
They give him a rundown.
No, that's the fucking pre-written press release excuse, bro.
You just said, it's cold in the UK. Maybe could have got.
That was sarcasm. Are you serious?
Better at it then.
Rob, listen, man. I mean, no one should be that gullible, and I don't mean it to you. I mean it just in general. Like this is the biggest fight of your career, and all of a sudden, you want me to chalk it up as coincidence that you're in competition where you have to use your body. The drug that you pop for helps you perform better. It's not like a diuretic to cut weight.
And then Rob, look 1 second. Maybe that was a coincidence, but what's not is Kid Galahad is a member of his camp, right?
Yeah.
Did he get popped for some shit back in the day?
Oh yeah, I think maybe.
Damn, Mike. Oh, I'm about to take it there as a black man. As a black man, Mike wants to use the guilty as association. Fucking yo,
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
What you saying? You say, oh,
I'm saying, hey, if he's in it, if he's a motherfucking member of his camp, he got caught. Hey man, it is what it is.
Basically said Kid Galahad sell drugs, so fucking this guy's
no, bro. Maybe the trainer, bro. Maybe the trainer. Come on, bro.
The trainer pushing.
Maybe the trainer, bro. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's the fucking trainer. Maybe it's the motherfucking the people in Sheffield. But what
Mike is drunk. Mike is.
I'm drunk. Whoa, no, bro. Did Kid Galahad not get caught doing drugs?
Mike, hold on. Time out. Let me just remind you that you're saying Dominic Ingle, trainer of Kell Brook, trainer of Nicola Adams, could possibly be peddling PEDs to his fight. Like
nah. See, when you say trainer, fighters have more than one trainer, bro. I'm not pinpointing him. Well, let's make that clear. Let's make that clear. I'm not pinpointing him. He could have a fucking strength and conditioning coach. Never know.
Anyway,
that was very broad, and when you're that vague, it's like you say trainer, we think of the most famous trainer in that corner.
Oh no, I wasn't pinpointing Dominic Eagle. If it came off that way, then I truly do apologize.
Definitely
I was going.
Kid Galahad.
Super apologize.
But hey, he got caught with some shit back in the day, bro. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
What the connection with Billy Joe?
I'm not making it up.
Obviously,
Billy Joe's never letting us back into his gym.
I'm not making it up though. Did I make it up? That kid got caught.
He's got a new car to look after as well, Ness. So I doubt you were only allowed anywhere near, even in the car
park. But Rob, is that a factual statement?
What, the Kid Galahad pop?
Dominic and fucking ped pusher?
No. Throw Dominic out. You trying to be funny. But it's about Kid.
No, Mike, it's not like the way. Yeah, is it fact? Yes, but it's unfair to use it in that context, because if you're gonna do that, right, you have to be consistent. And every time Memo Heredia becomes the strength and conditioning coach of a fighter, you have to say the same statement. And then every time Demetrius, Daniel Jacobs, and dozens others go to snack over there where your boy Ron is from, and go in that facility and start taking that happy candy that people be popping on, we have to say the same thing, because the guy that's peddling that candy also got caught popping. So we can't just go assuming once you do something negative, you're always a bad person, because then you're saying like once a criminal, always a criminal. No, you don't believe in second chances. You're saying Kid Galahad took it once, he's going to keep taking it, and he's going to give it to a stablemate. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Like Canelo's not going to eat beef anymore. You know, I mean, Ned's just saying I'm gullible, thinking maybe it's okay that he had a nasal spray. So did Canelo definitely inject clenbuterol?
Hell no. What we know is this. What I meant to say, not hell no to that. I meant to say hell no. We're not taking the excuse that it was beef, bro. People, homie, you might
it's
not
just
know.
a whole pre-notion of how things came out so fast and premeditated.
He might not know because he just started a couple years ago. But remember, Eric Morales tried that bullshit with Danny Garcia. Nobody wasn't believing that shit. He been tried the clenbuterol beef shit. This is not new. This is old. Nobody gives a fuck. You're an athlete making millions of dollars. We ain't trying to hear that you eating contaminated beef. Don't eat beef then.
Yeah, no. So, but that was back to my point that you should know what's going in your body, whether it was a nasal spray, whether it was some shady shit, whether it was beef, or whether it was some shady shit.
It was some shady shit, because his tweet immediately, 17 minutes after the breaking news from Dan Rayfield of ESPN, he said, emoji crying out loud face, some shit emoji crying out loud face. So get the fuck out of here. You ain't unless everything is a joke for him.
So why is this drug only banned during competition and not banned when you're not like in competition?
That's what
that shit is above my pay grade. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, that's like I said. Like the whole narrative is like, we're not doctors. We're not gonna pretend we're doctors. We just know you ain't supposed to have it. And
because to me,
I mean, technically he is supposed to have it right now.
Yeah,
beautiful loophole. Rob, can you read the definition of it again? Because it's a beautiful loophole. Like, yo, you can use this as long as you're not fighting. And guess what? You're not fighting only means 12 hours before you're actually fighting. So go ahead and use it every single day until fight night, basically. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
Let me bring it back up again. This guy had it on his.
And in the process, we had some super chats.
In competition refers to the period commencing 12 hours before a competition in which the athlete is scheduled to participate through the end of the competition and the sample collection process related to that competition. So yeah, up until you fight 12 hours before.
No. But what's the definition of the drug that he popped for? Because when you read the definition, it definitely is. It's better to take it than not take it. Is the best thing I can say.
Yeah, it said.
Pretty much what it said.
Billy Joe Saunders has tested positive for oxyliofrene, which, however, the stimulant is only banned in competition and in competition. I'm trying to find what it does for you. It was all like it oxygenates your blood quicker. It's aids stamina, endurance.
No, I gotta do this because I wouldn't be an entertaining host if I didn't. It doesn't mean I mean it, Rob. But it's such a coincidence that our UK host can't find the definition of this drug.
Hang on a sec, dude.
Rob, remember, it's not personal. It's strictly for
you say the UK host, which is me, all right, but it's not aimed at anybody.
It's doing what a nasal spray does. Like it opens up your fucking airways so you can get more. I mean, it's fucking like it's not like he's taking a shot or something.
Oh,
so.
oh yeah, like I said, you make it sound so casual. I wish he found a definition so you can see it's not as casual.
Just didn't want it to be shitty radio, but you know, I can't do.
You need to.
But like, I wonder why like they jump.
I found it. Whoa.
Oh, we gotta get Rob the little bell sound by since you're from
like what's the Batman guy name? What's the Batman guy name?
Alfred. Damn, you made
Alfred.
Butler. Damn, you made the fucking Butler. TV. Get out of
man. Come on, man. Alfred is fucking British. Come on, man. What the fuck you got going?
Right, let's. Oxyliofrene is thought to increase adrenaline production, boost endurance, focus, alertness, and heart rate, and increase oxygenation of the blood. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, can I get some?
Oh, right, yeah, I fucking would love some.
That shit improves everything, huh?
And when it's used in an athlete's body, is thought to increase adrenaline production.
What? So you're saying I'm more hyped in the ring, and I'm more focused and alert.
Yeah.
And my stamina's better.
So it's worth getting a little sniffle.
But coincidentally, I was sick because it's rainy in the UK and I needed my nasal spray. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here.
That's what,
I've never told a lie and I've never been a cheat. Get out of here, bro. Please.
So yeah,
technically he's not a cheat though.
No. I'm saying myself. I'm talking about myself. I've never told a lie and I've never cheated, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And
you're lying though. You're lying though right now.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I feel you.
So if you can take this shit and it's not a problem, and you get off it 12 hours before, you know, if you're some kind of fighter, and Andrade isn't using this. Andrade isn't.
Do we know like who reported it first?
It's cool, mate. Cheers.
Dan Rayfield reported it first. What do you mean?
So he jumped off the porch and said that, okay, all right, just checking.
I mean, Vada technically reported it. They were the one that tested, and he just put it out, you know.
Yeah,
but if Vada, but he's not fighting in the UK, so the BB of OC shit shouldn't matter, should it?
Yeah, but they don't matter. All they did was report it in their neck of the woods, and they were trying to make a ruling, which they quickly seen. Like, imagine they would have said, we're suspending Billy Joe's license. It don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's why they didn't say that.
But over here in like Boston, is that shit is it straight?
What I read says that he's clear over there, and Boston has to take care of that. It's up to Boston to decide. The commission in damn, I put that all in the camera. Whoa.
Yeah, you put the finger on my goddamn face.
It's up to Boston to decide. You know what I mean? So like,
and Boston kind of went along with you. They put a link to. They follow whatever USADA do, and apparently, the UCAD follow what the USADA rulings are on this. So it's kind of like, you know, the fight's on. But
he's good, and he's probably not going to stop taking it till 12 hours before the fight.
Yeah,
I'll be pissed though. Like I'll be like, y'all
guys about some boxing history here because you're a bit fickle. Remember, I think it was Margarito, Ron. You're supposed to be the boxing nerd that was caught in the back room taking a caffeine stimulant before a big fight, right? Or was it Pacquiao that was caught taking a caffeine?
No, Margarito had those raps. He was the rap man.
Somebody had like a energy drink. Come on HBO. Come on, people, help me out here. Ron is not as big as a nerd as he makes it out to be.
I just know somebody was sniffing some shit over in the corner.
HBO in the name of Robert.
HBO don't exist no more. So why are we talking about HBO?
Well, we're not. We're talking about HBO.
I know. I'm just joking.
It's a myth.
I've never heard of that channel.
So is there like anything like Billy Joe like can do? Because I mean,
keep using it because it's not banned.
No, I'm saying like as far as like
that TIE fighter though with the smell, right? That was
the Kiram.
That's new. No.
Okay.
Definitely not that. In the locker room, someone was caught. We got to see it and everything on the camera, and it was some sort of caffeine stimulant. I want to say maybe Robert Garcia was there or fighting, or maybe he was
saying Canelo and Pacquiao in the chat. So I don't know which one. I have to look.
I don't think it was Canelo. I don't remember Canelo.
Somebody said Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed. Where's the rest of the hardcores at? Jeez Louise. Martinez Chavez. Ooh, maybe was it that? I don't remember, but was Chavez?
It was Margarito. He got caught drinking coffee before the fight in the locker room.
Look at Ness.
What was it?
Look at Wayne saying Ness dreaming. No, Wayne. Ness knows more boxing in one finger than you ever gonna know in your life, little man.
Yep. Everybody's saying that it was Margarito.
And one
Mark Lewis.
That's more boxing celebrities than you will ever in your life, little man.
Margarito drunk coffee before the Pacquiao fight.
Thank you. Legendary boxer, you're not a boomerang. Stop it.
He is because he keeps fucking coming back. Jesus.
Nah, he could come back. I like him as part of the show, you know. I told Mike, I wish he wasn't the little boy that cried wolf. He was the one telling me about the Victor Ortiz news almost 24 hours before it happened, but because he lies so much, I just ignored him.
Man, Victor Ortiz got some shit, bro. Hopefully they get all that shit cleared up.
I mean, we'll see. I mean,
he's got big money. He'll get some big lawyers, and they'll get down to the bottom of it. Hopefully, you know, it works out for all parties.
Age, bro.
All I'm saying is it works out for all parties involved. Absolutely, it's a new day and age. You can't do shit anymore. There's DNA everywhere.
Yeah, no. You know, not even that. Like the Me Too movement. Even if the guy's like totally fucking clean, just being accused of it, bro, fucking stays with you forever. That shit fucking crazy.
I mean, not necessarily, because everyone's forgotten about Mike Tyson's rape charge. He actually went to prison for it. No, you're saying
crazy.
You're saying shit. When's the last time someone's brought it up to you? And you work a boxing podcast and you talk boxing every day. Won't you tell us the last time you had a conversation with someone about Mike going to jail for rape?
No, you don't. You don't have a conversation about it, but you know he went to jail for rape, though. I mean, come on, bro.
I think he's saying it doesn't affect their business, like professionally, like their career will continue to go on as planned, typically in boxing. How it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think so. Not that everyone is gonna get that. I don't think everyone's gonna get that effect, but
I was gonna say it was a guy that just came out with a movie about Nat Turner, and like as soon as this movie came out,
who's Nat Turner?
You don't know about Nat Turner, like the slave that led the fucking slave of rebellion. No. Anyway, he came out with a good ass movie, and as soon as the movie dropped, they brought up all his old rape shit, like, and he got acquitted of it. So I'm just saying, like, that shit like stays with you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it really does.
I don't think so. Look at Bill Cosby, right? Like, isn't he
in jail right now?
Oh, slow down. That's what I was gonna say. Isn't he in jail right now, right? And he's in jail for rape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask me why I know this. Because the internet is making pictures of him looking like Tekashi. So what I'm saying is, look how quickly I forgot that he was accused of rape, that I didn't even know he got fucking convicted and is sentenced and is in jail. I had to know because people are making fun digitally.
You're an exception, though. You do boxing all day.
I'm not. No, listen.
You don't listen to like no kind of pop stations or nothing like that.
I'm not an exception. I'm on the internet all day, so I am more privy than your average blue collar pickup boxes at UPS all day.
Who are you following though?
Mike.
On the internet, you following boxers and like fucking promoters and shit, right?
Mike,
You're not following.
Mike. I like Mike because he doesn't lose, but guess what?
I'm saying you.
Mike, someone said in chat, OJ Simpson. You can
OJ, what? First thing when you say OJ Simpson, what the fuck do you think about? Come on, man, get it next. The fuck out of here, bro. Harvey Weinstein. What you thinking about?
Football player.
Who?
OJ Simpson, great football player.
Okay. Stab.
What else did you do?
Stab. Hey, did you see the fucking bit on Showtime with the fucking guy? What's his fucking name? The guy that played Borat. Oh fuck. Well, anyway, Cohen, something like that. But he had a interview with OJ, like a little 6-minute interview. He was like, yeah, I know what you did. Stab. It's like OJ was looking like that shit is hilarious, bro.
Now you mentioned internet a lot, Ness. Switch topics. There's also Jorge Linares that's going to be fighting on Facebook Saturday. He's moving up to 140.
Yeah, he's got what's it? Who's he fighting?
Who are you talking about, Linares?
Yeah,
Linares is fighting Abner.
A fake Cotto. It's not even Abner, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They dusted him off. When's the last time he had a fight?
This year.
Jeez Louise.
Had a knockout against Samuel.
The funny thing is that Linares is no different than Chris Eubank. They look good versus those C fighters, even though Linares has lost to some C fighters, right? DeMarco and Yayo Thompson. So I don't know, man. Linares, how old is he now?
33, 34, maybe.
And up there.
Ever since he got that surgery, his face has been holding up.
Yeah, look, I mean, you be calling like a paper mache face, but I never seen his face like really fucked up.
Well, he also hasn't fought any punches, right? I mean,
yeah, that's true too.
Who's Vasil knocking out? You know, nobody. Who's Mercito Gesta knocking out? Yeah, nobody. I mean, like
that's probably why he dodged Mikey.
You know, he ain't fighting fucking Jorge. I mean, Manos de Priede, nothing like that.
I wouldn't say dodge. I just think Mikey didn't want to sign the Golden Boy.
But he's got a
career,
he's got a decent career. I know I give Linares a lot of shit. And my opinion really doesn't change. But he's he's
what?
Yeah, no, my opinion really doesn't change. But
he's gonna apologize, but not really apologize.
Because I'm not really apologizing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry, you suck.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I know, right?
He doesn't suck. I didn't say he sucks. He's
not saying like that though.
He's just like there, and then everyone is like,
he meant I'm sorry you're there.
You know, like
this the level like right above suckiness right here. It's like a couple clicks up.
You know what's out there for him? A big fight on DAZN, especially now that Golden Boy doesn't have a home. He gets this fight on Facebook, and guess who Golden Boy's talking to for his next fight? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess?
Golden Boy.
Can you guess?
My YouTube stuck. Hang on.
Can you guess?
No, go ahead, man.
All right, he's talking to DAZN, obviously, because Luke Campbell just won.
Oh yeah, okay. Matchroom.
So
Luke Campbell wants to avenge that loss now, while this guy is old and tired, just coming off of a loss. Solomachenko got his first tune-up. Let me get him now.
Well, so this is pretty much he fought an eliminator for the WBC. So people, Mikey's going to leave that belt. So you think this is going to be Linares and Campbell for the WBC?
I think so, because I don't think Luke Campbell really wants any Mikey Garcia sauce.
Do y'all think Mikey gonna negotiate with Comey for the IBF?
Comey.
Richard Comey, the guy that fought Easter. Tough guy.
I mean, I don't know. I think we got to see what's gonna shake out, man. There's been so many rumors for this stupid pay-per-view. I'm like ready to hear what's happening, and we're gonna start to hear a lot come Monday, right? The questions will start.
Didn't you see anything on Instagram with
everything? I seen everything, Rob. I seen Javante say he's gonna be ready for December. I seen Earl Spence put it on his story saying he's back in December 1st. Everyone's coming December 1st.
Ryan Garcia, Canelo, all these guys
they
are saying on the
spending
Golden
some
Boy too wants to come back.
I just
Why they doing this to us, bro?
I mean, look, what are they doing? They're giving us more boxing. The problem
It's gonna be boxing on the same days though. Watch.
Yeah, but you're
We already know.
You're more worried about what those pay-per-views are gonna look like. I'm on it from a boxing.
No, I'm not even it, bro. It's like the main events like running to each other.
Well, what main events are running into each other?
The Superfly 3 and who's fighting?
We're talking about December.
Nothing for me. That ain't clashing with nothing for me.
Exactly.
What's that?
Me either.
The HBO did really bad with that.
Me either.
No, I'm not sure that they're gonna start the December 1st card, but I'm just like saying, like, when you start putting different shit like in December, like everybody said, well, I'm back in December. That means that a lot of fighters gonna be on the same day.
But Ron failed to mention Canelo and Munguia will be back December.
No, I said that. I said Canelo, Munguia, Ryan Garcia.
Is the 8th. You like December 1st is a totally different Saturday.
December 8th is also Loma, right?
Yeah, that's Loma.
And did you see
Loma and poor Peldraza? I'm gonna be praying for Peldraza, man. They're trying to serve him up. Like, we'll give you a title shot, but you gotta face him.
Yeah, see how he coming off surgery.
No, but at least he got like a bump in purse. It's like, yo, he was just a contender. Now he's a champ that is forced to unify in that contract. So I'm pretty sure they paid him healthy to go into an immediate. Because think about it, most champions win the belt and they have the opportunity for a voluntary defense. Like this guy signed to go into an immediate unification.
But did you see my message in the pre-pro chat that what isn't going to be in December that was rumored?
What isn't going to be in December?
Mike Coppinger, sources say organizers are moving ahead with plans for Mayweather Pacquiao 2, now being targeted for the spring. Possible Floyd stages an exhibition bout in Japan around New Year's Eve.
Yo, I'll be honest with you, Rob. When you put that in there, I looked at it and I was like, I don't really care no more because it's not rumored to be like part of the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that somehow I was going to be patting myself on the back thinking I'm more intelligent than I am. And
I told you,
and they were going to listen to my plan of putting Wilder on the pay-per-view with Floyd so that he can get some residual, kind of like they did Canelo, hence why Canelo's a star. Similar to how they did Danny, reason why Danny, can sell 15 and 16,000 when, Deontay hasn't done that yet. But who the fuck am I? I don't know shit, and obviously they know more, and that's why it's not going to be on the same card, but we can all dream.
Yeah, maybe they'll even cancel it altogether and we won't have to watch it.
I mean, that would be the best thing because they're talking about he's doing like some exhibition in Japan.
Around New Year's Eve.
I mean, is he going to fight a Chinese fighter too? I mean, a Japanese fighter, excuse me, because like that means they're paying like a lot. Like I wonder if someone paid him like, Floyd, just fight over here.
I guess.
I mean, it could happen. I got a friend that's out in Japan. And he's saying that Floyd's been around a lot of big, important people in Japan. So you never know.
Yo, I wonder. See, Floyd is so loyal though. Like I wonder if Eddie would ever try to send an offer his way.
What for Floyd?
Hey,
take a damn third.
Hey, the free agent
for a third of it.
Agent.
Fuck me, that billion's got to fucking last 8 years, man.
I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna take a third of it.
But listen, if you listen, think about this. I know it'll never happen because Floyd ain't crossing Heyman. He ain't crazy. But if Eddie could get Floyd for a one-fight deal, how many people would at least sign up for 1 month at $10?
I mean, it makes sense. I know what you're saying. It's the same.
Wow, man.
If they can get
don't say, oh man, Mike, because he getting people to buy $100 pay-per-view. Imagine how many people buy for $10.
4 million bought it for 100.
What would ESPN do with one Mayweather fight, at $5 an app?
Bro, come on.
I know
ain't got enough money, bro. Ain't that many people gonna come over and buy it?
It's the same.
People will buy it even if it's for one time a month. What are you talking about, homie? Even if they do a meal, they did 5.
It's a casual, friendly fight. I mean, people would get it.
Mike is so pessimistic sometimes.
But yeah, we got anything else?
Did we mention the dates for the Wilder Fury press tour?
October 1st, London.
London.
October 2nd, New York on the
York.
New York got the formula. UK got the formula.
Yo, I wanted to fly out, but it's like I have to have a fucking jet. Like they're gonna be in London at
flying.
What?
Having a jet does help you flying.
Yeah, I mean, because like they're gonna be in London at noon, and then they'll be in New York on Tuesday at 12 o'clock as well. So it's like you got to have some deep ass pockets to follow this press conference around. And then Wednesday they're in LA. It's just like hop, hop, hop.
Yeah, a big thing you also want to say for everyone in New York and LA, the press conference is actually open to the public. UK, I'm sorry, that's media only. But if you're out in New York and LA, you can actually go to this press conference.
And let me tell you, the UK has it even the worst. Another reason why I'm not going. The email says Wilder and Fury, we are not giving interviews with Wilder and Fury or Fury and what. Let me look it up. They're saying they're saying they're not doing interviews, bro. So it's just like they just did announce and jump on planes.
That's poor. That is poor.
I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. The whole US Intrepid thing, bro, that's gonna be crazy for me. I haven't been on that shit since like, I don't know, a high school or not even high school, like an elementary or fucking day camp trip or something when I was a kid. I can't even believe that thing is still floating.
Yeah, you're gonna need your sea legs, bro.
No, I know. I actually haven't been in that area in forever, but I actually I'm you know, I got other plans. I was about to say them out loud, but no.
Free smoke, hey.
Free smoke. Hey, let's get to these callers, man. We're gonna wrap things up quickly by getting to all the phone callers out there. You know the number to call in 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. The voice is your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We're going to go out to Texas.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my games on my man down. I don't know why they don't call me, but I'm a 54 pounder. But I have a brother that's at 160.
Okay.
JD.
Maybe it's another JD.
Yes, sir.
It is another JD. You guys are stealing each other's names. Okay.
Nestor, how can you screw this up again, man? God. I'll just change my name on Skype if you guys want.
You know what it says? It says Boxing JD on Skype. We only know one JD who's boxing, you know, like, so who's this?
Yo, man, it's Avery, man. Avery from Texas. The same guy who calls him Boxing JD on Skype, but I'm not the boxing.
If your name isn't JD and your name is in fact Avery, why the heck are you using it? But listen, it got you to the line. Yo, it got you to the line. And, you know, right, and I didn't even hit the bell yet, so whatever. You're the first caller. Make it good.
Oh, shit, man. You're putting a lot of pressure on me to make it good, but anyway. You guys pretty much, like, covered, like, every topic that I was going to talk about. Rob with his explanation of why Billy Joe Saunders may not be guilty of ingesting some sort of performance-enhancing drug. But like Ron says, we're not doctors, so, I mean, I'm not a doctor either. So I can't say for sure whether or not he's guilty of trying to cheat, but the substance that he ingested is different than, you know, clenbuterol or different than Ostarine or any other substances that people like Alexander Povetkin, you know, ingested. And I think that the fight's going to go forward. I don't think that they're going to cancel it. I want to see him fight. I don't think that they should cancel the fight. And let's see. Other topics, I mean, Triple G and Canelo, where are they going to go from here? I'd like to see Triple G go to Top Rank so they can do that Toyota Corolla fight there in Japan. But he'll probably end up being a free agent because he only has like three more good fights in him. And yeah, I think Canelo goes to the zone. I think they make him a really, really big offer, probably like the biggest offer that we've seen in the sport. And I mean, other than that, you oh yeah, Ness, you also like repeatedly mispronounce the hometown of Brandon Figueroa. It's Weslaco, Weslaco. I know because that's where I'm from. So every time I hear you mispronounce that, I cringe. Westlake, yeah. Every time I hear you pronounce that, shit makes me cringe really hard. But anyway, that's my call, guys. So keep up the good work.
Avery, change that Skype name. Thanks for calling in. We're going out to Ricky in Florida. We got to get that soundbite from Menace to Society. Was that Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood?
Boys in the Hood, man. How you fucking shit up in the hood, man? God damn.
Man.
No, I'm dropping 2 classics is what I'm doing.
Shouldn't be that hard.
What's up, y'all boys?
What's going on?
What up, Ricky? Talking to the mic. You sound like you 80 week, like you really in Florida. I mean, you are in Florida,
man,
but
I'm on the second shift again, y'all. I keep catching y'all while I'm on the second shift, but I just got a couple quick points to make. Since HBO on his way out the door, what's going on with Danny J? I mean, this was supposed to be the big move for him. So what's the play for him now? I mean, what's really the play for him? And as far as Canelo Triple G, man, nobody want to see no third fight with that shit, man. Triple G need to go fight somebody. Canelo need to fight Lemieux and then fight Charlo. That's what I want to see at least. And as far as Dudu Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders, I want to see the fight still. So that's all I got.
Did you call him Dudu?
Yeah, he definitely called him Dudu. I'm weak.
Oh, like okay, you must be a Charlo supporter.
No, I'm not. It's not even about the Charlos. It's just the fact, like, man, show up and come to work, man. All these excuses all the time, and he might try to back out of this. So we don't know what Dudu gonna do. I mean, Dudu always got something to do. So
you're gonna do.
I can't spend.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
I gotta go back to work.
Rick,
all right, man, be easy now.
Calling in, brother. Legendary boxer. Go for it.
Here we go. Buckle up.
Gonna kill HBO.
Good mate. Don't worry.
Isn't it kind of karma and sweet poetic justice? The network that banned Heyman and said Mayweather is bad for boxing is going down out of business, and Showtime is booming. Isn't that kind of karma and poetic justice at its finest?
Oh yeah, it really is. I never thought you'd come in on this.
Also, Rob, I had a couple questions for you, bro. Since you like making excuses for your UK PD users, I was wondering, weren't Fury, both of the Fury brothers, they've failed for PED tests also, haven't they?
Yep.
And now it's the third gypsy of the UK, the most famous gypsy in the UK, Billy Joe Saunders, has failed for PED tests. Am I correct?
I don't know their rankings in the gypsy.
No. There's only 3 gypsy stars in the UK, right? Huey, Tyson, and Billy, right? There are no others. We've never heard of them in America, right? There's only 3. Am I correct?
That's right, yeah.
So all 3 of them have failed for PEDs, and all 3 of them have an excuse. This is the nasal spray. Tyson had some other excuse, and Huey Fury had some other excuse, right? Am I correct?
There's always a reason or an excuse, yeah.
Yeah, and these are gypsy men that call them honorable fighting men, right? These are the guys that always say, we're honorable, we're better than everybody. This guy's this guy's that, making fun of prostitutes, this and that. And these are the guys that all 3 of them have failed PD tests, right?
Is this an attack on gypsies? Oh, I'm so
Are we getting to a point?
It's just the attack. It's just the attack. It's just a pattern that I'm showing, and I'm stating facts. I'm not saying anything that's not true. Am I?
He's defending prostitutes. Leave him alone.
But I just wanted to put that on the record, because all these 3 gypsies that always talk about honor and we're the fighting men, we're the real proud men. These are the guys that are taking PEDs, trying to look for an edge because they're fat and lazy, because they're not as good as these American athletes, because they know if they work totally clean, they would get fucked up really bad. They're always looking for an edge. And also Andrade has no room to speak. He works with the biggest PED dealer in sports history, not in boxing, sports history. Biggest PED dealer is the sponsor of Andrade. So I'm just telling you.
Victor Conti?
Yeah, he's the biggest.
Of course he's talking about Conti.
History,
That's what I told you earlier.
What kind of
shit? I didn't know that.
What you mean you didn't know that? What you think Snap is?
Bro, you ain't drop his name though. You ain't drop his name. You ain't drop nobody's name.
When you hear the biggest PED,
I know him more for fucking baseball than anything.
No, listen. Everybody needs to Google the biggest PED dealer in sports, and Sean Porter is sponsored by him. fucking Andrade sponsored by him. That's why Sean Porter is always headbutting for 12 rounds and never seems to get tired. That's also shady to me. I mean, I'm not trying to be brash here.
Sean Porter is the WBC champion. He's been in the WBC rankings for the last 5 to 6 fights. That means
nothing. Victor Conti is an expert at
punching after the bell. Sean Porter is tested by VADA, the leading fucking testing anti-doping agency, continues to catch everyone. Please, punching after the bell. Let's head on out to.
What's up, man? I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused. Stay working my dad. Nice boxing voice. Because if he comes to fight, I'm going to have to look for him.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes, I did read the news lines. Victor Ortiz, right? And then there's a guy named Kavanaugh. They both facing allegations, facing the truth. Both of them, Ness said, Victor Ortiz has the money. He could get through it. Victor Ortiz was once upon a time my favorite fighter. You know, he did really well against Mayweather until he threw the headbutts. He did quit. And then he got these allegations, which broke my heart because I really love Victor Ortiz, and I hope that he clears his name and that it's not true at the end. But I think if he is found guilty, no way on earth are we gonna forget. Not me personally, I do forget, but people in general, the public. You know, he was an executive producer on Creed, and maybe Creed 2. I don't know that part, but I know he did executive produce Creed. So knowing that, he can't be compared to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was compared to Jordan, Jackson, Tyson. Remember? Hov said that, or Biggie Smalls. So, you know, he's legendary. I'm the legendary baby. Billy Joe Saunders, nasal spray, thought he could get away with it. He did it. There's people that do things. Vada caught him, whoever caught him. Maybe he thought that would not exist on record, but it did exist, and he got caught. It is cheating. You know what I'm saying? It is cheating. If it's illegal, it's cheating. So that being said, this is the Boxing Voice. I'm late. We got callers. HBO, I miss you. I love you. I grew up on HBO. Max Kellerman, Freddie Pacheco, Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant, Roy Jones. All those dudes told me the story. I am the casual fan. The zone is brand new. The narrative will be different. PBC was put on Showtime and HBO. Both those channels I love. Damn, I don't know what else to say, but I miss HBO. Thank you.
How you feel about the press conference coming up with the whole Wilder and Fury being on a Navy ship? Yeah.
Yo, on the group chat, let's educate UK Robbie, right? What does that do? The A side says, yo, we coming to America. Let's bring out the troops. Let's bring out the troops. So there you go. Pledge allegiance to the flag. The A side wins it. You know,
legendary baby in his bitch.
Legendary baby.
Lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no title.
Yo, y'all don't even understand that y'all feeding his ego by repeating this legendary baby shit.
Yo, that shit was off the top.
Look, his smile. Look, he can't.
Know, right?
My smile is natural. My smile is natural. I'm just telling you, if I say it, it spreads. It sets the woods on fire.
You're a trendsetter. You're a trendsetter.
Don't hate it. The woods are on fire right now.
Yo, legendary baby.
Make the t-shirt.
You want some? Come get some.
Hey man, and to be honest, hey.
Hold on a minute, because I just want to switch things up a little bit. But go ahead, guys, before I switch
I
up.
was gonna say, and like to be honest, man, that legendary baby shit, bro. Salute to my nigga Cass for that shit, cause that shit done took off like fireworks. You feel me? People in the chat talking about it. People on fucking the internet talking about it. People in the comments talking about it.
Internet is undefeated.
Right.
You feel me?
I'm a hater. I don't know nothing about that. Show me.
You don't know nothing about that? Let me show you, bro. They got a motherfucking Cash Weezy baby pic with a crown on that motherfucker. What are you talking about? What?
No, they don't.
What? Nah, I'm bullshit. I'm bullshit.
Like the Biggie pic, like the Biggie album.
Yo, like the Biggie.
Yeah. That's totally what I thought about right there. Totally what I thought about. I seen Brooklyn on his shirt. I was like, okay, yeah.
Nah, but real.
Can I read? They don't even say Brooklyn. They say something else. I cannot read.
real quick, because we don't really never get to do this. So, boom. This is we going hardball right into a little untitled, right? Because we haven't had Mr. Wheezy on in a bit. So we can go off topic, kind of on topic, off topic. And just talk about Wilder Fury December 1st. This it's definitely LA. I'm thinking TBV appreciation worthy. I'll start with Rob. Rob, is this a fight you're gonna fly out for? Is this something you're gonna try and get to, or is this too soon?
Too soon, too much.
Why though?
Have you already checked shit out?
Too soon to decide, or too soon to
fly? I can't afford it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. Have you checked the flights out though?
There's no point me checking flights out.
What? So what does too soon mean?
You don't know what the team could do for you, my friend. You're part of the team, man.
Well, I don't know. Well, is it too soon? I don't know.
But I mean, as long as you gotta like we can do the most that we can do. Yeah, we'll talk off air. So it's a fight that will get you to go out if things are.
Yeah, I'd go to all fights if I could. It's not
all fights, obviously. I mean, all right. Rob is definitely hard with this. Pulling teeth, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you talking about?
Ron, this is what are you doing? You're staying home for this? Because I know, look, it's untitled. That you're on save mode. I don't know. Maybe you're still saving. Maybe you still want that big house. You're not even in California anymore, right? You said you wanted to make a move to the East Coast. So are you 100% sure Wilder Fury gets you to LA?
Yeah, I'm still here in Cali, man. I'm going to Cali for Sunday. I'm going to be at the PBC card. I'm going to be at the Oakland fight Friday. And I'm for sure going to be at the Staples Center, Wilder, Fury, and all the crazy speculation undercards. I mean, shoot, I'm there, man.
Okay, so that's what I was about.
You think that it's a good date and time for us to do our annual TBV Appreciation Night? Since we haven't done one since, I think it was March 17th for the Danny versus
Sean Porter
fight.
Thurman, keep Thurman, yes.
Danny.
I mean, it's definitely a high profile fight. I mean, I think more people is going to be willing to take the risk to come out to this fight opposed to many other fights. You know, this is pretty much one of the biggest heavyweights in a long time in U.S. soil with, the lineal champion. I mean, why not? And this is in Cali. I mean, you can do stuff in Cali and not get in trouble.
I want to express my thought was like, damn, Los Angeles. Like, I think more people.
Really?
No. Let me. I compared it to two places, right? Most people travel to New York and Las Vegas for fights. That's how I took it. I don't know about Los Angeles. I have traveled to Los Angeles on Chivas Regal expense, but I never thought about like, damn, this fight is going over there. Let me go see it. I have done Las Vegas, and that's it.
Interject there. I feel like you in a sense because I don't remember a big enough Los Angeles fight to bring me to LA.
Recently.
Yeah, recently. I know people was flying from New York all the way over there to see Triple G beat up Rubio. That wasn't me.
That wasn't me either. I did fly to Las Vegas to see Miguel Cotto, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather Cotto. So that took me out. And who else? We went to see Kovalev. That was Chivas. That was Vegas. In New York, I'm in New York, so I just show up, and then I run into people that aren't from New York who show up to the fight. Los Angeles might be a different story. I don't know how to gauge it. I just don't see Los Angeles like that spot. But the fight is Fury and Deontay Wilder. I was surprised it was in Los Angeles.
Wait a minute. You got, he don't even smoke, ladies and gentlemen. B.
What's up?
You went to a fight on your dime.
Right.
In Las Vegas.
Yes.
And it wasn't as big as this. Well, I guess it was. It's equivalent.
What fight are you speaking of?
Ward Kovalev. We went twice.
Yeah, that was appreciation night.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm using the results of the appreciation night turnout, which was kind of decent.
Now, I think it was good. See, I know back then we both looked at it probably a bit disappointing. But think about it in retrospect. 2016, TBV had 65 people in that mansion.
Right.
And Wilder wasn't a guest.
He was a guest, and
In
so was
2016.
Yep.
It's 2000. It's 2018.
20,000 more subscribers.
And you know, me and Wilder's relationship is way different. I'm just saying, I think that we've grown exponentially. We've done a Border Wars in LA, which was a healthy turnout.
That was different though. That was different. A lot of people traveled to that as fighters.
Yeah, but that was still a healthy. Those are fighters that we created. Our audience turned into fighters. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like
they were invested though early.
Of course, but they're invested in TBV is how I'm looking at it.
So now we got to tap into the people buying tickets.
Yo, my point is, do you think this is a fight that could host the TBV appreciation night?
I would say based off of like comparing it to Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, yes.
So you're saying based off the magnitude of the fight?
Yes.
You're saying based off the magnitude of the fight, yes. It's that box. Like having a big fight to do an appreciation night around, boom, checks that box.
Also based off the UK following and based off of Fury's UK following, yes. Now, I don't know about the venue yet.
That would be beautiful. This is what I'm thinking, right? Like, because it's Fury, do we get like what, you know, there's been so many UK followers that wanted us to do something out there. Is this an opportunity for us to mingle with more of them? Because obviously Mitty came out, you know, this time around for the Canelo Triple G live show. Not the real chick came out, you know what I mean? So who knows what would happen, right? I mean, look, Alex from Australia already's committing. He's like, yo, I'm coming to this fight. I'm coming to the appreciation night. I don't know. Just try to find out.
Another dude that showed up to the Thurman Garcia appreciation night who was from the UK. I think his name was Rob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was another Rob in the UK. Yep, Robert.
So he showed up to New York. Hopefully he shows up to Los Angeles. Only met him one time.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a great fight. It's a big fight. You know,
we're gonna be bumping the Dempsey. You know, he'll be there. It'd be funny to see Cam Starr. We haven't seen Cam Starr since I think the first New York appreciation.
I think Los Angeles is close to LA. So I mean, Los Angeles is close to Canada. So Jose, his team may show up.
Oh no, I think it's better for them to fly to New York. It's cheaper New York for them than LA, right? Because it's further out. I think it's further out to get to LA.
Oh, but I thought he was closer to Vancouver on the west. But I might be wrong.
He's from Calgary, so that's all I know.
I don't know, you gotta look that up.
Yeah.
Nah. So it's a big fight, man. That's a big ass fight. It's the fight before the Joshua fight, right? A lot of people got their eyes on that fight. So yeah.
What you got planned though? Like, all right, now you know TBV doing appreciation night. Like I said, you're 2 years more matured in this particular business and the avenue of throwing functions.
Well, you know
what you see for the listeners this year, what you envision.
Well,
legendary baby.
That's what I was about to get to. Like, first I gotta envision myself, right? And stay in that vortex, and then envision the listeners.
This is when he starts sounding like the Charlos.
I never listened to that. The Charlos need the casual, not the hardcores. So I envision myself first, right? Like how I'm gonna behave and what I want to get into. I don't know. It's brand new to me, so it still has to formulate. I'm gonna sleep on it, and we have another Untitled and promote it and keep promoting it and promote it and promote it and promote it. But you know, legendary baby keeps growing. You know, I'm like a Gervonta Davis, man. Keep going.
Legendary baby.
Did you see his social media? He said he's working for December 1st.
He's working. I also saw Adrian Broner working, talking about big news is coming. I wonder what that is.
I think he's just attention stealing. Like,
all right, maybe.
Yo, could he lose weight by December 1st? Just saying.
Who? Gervonta?
No, Broner.
I would believe yes. I would say yes. These dudes, they shrink down real quick.
Hey, you got to lose that good weight though. You can't just lose that weight to make the fight and then not have any strength to throw punches. Is all I'm saying.
We're in October. We have November. You know, Thanksgiving is in the middle of that. You know, and then December 1st.
It's gonna be tough.
It's tough. That's why Mexicans be fucking up, man. Because you know they got the food that's high fat, high cheesy, high carbs, and you know Brandon Rio's point case. But you know Canelo, he looked good.
Gotcha.
Let me get to some callers. We're gonna go to Dominic in Seattle. Talk to me.
It was good, PBV. I got 2 questions and 2 statements. So, what's up with the Floyd shit? I mean, because if I get tickets now, then if Floyd's on the card, I know it's going to be more expensive.
He's not on the
So
card. Floyd
expensive now?
is fighting somewhere in Japan on an exhibition. We made that clear. He's not on this card, and the fight with him and Pacquiao, they're thinking about doing it in spring.
Spring being Mayo Cinco.
Okay.
Is that right?
Well, they didn't say that.
That would be natural.
Have you guys done research on Luis Ortiz? I mean, I think his next fight should be Povetkin to knock him up a notch. At least I know he can beat Povetkin.
He's rumored to be on the Deontay Wilder undercard, is what his manager has released today in the news.
Yeah, also he was rumored to fight Anthony Joshua's sparring partner. The dude who looks like he looks
Joe
like that
Joyce?
off the new. Yeah, he looks like the new revamped Roots, the light skinned dude. Yeah. He looks like that. I think that'd be a perfect fight too. But my statement is, when it comes to Floyd, everybody thinks he's coming back to get money and he's broke. People need to stop worrying about money. If his version of broke is different from average Joe version of broke. So I think he's coming back because nobody else is challenging the fact that he is still the best. He can come back off a vacation in China and still make more money than, Sean Porter and anybody else.
I thought you just said stop making it about money, and you just brought up money.
But his version of broke is harder than our version of broke because he really got to go from one side of the spectrum to the other. We just dropped down from a house to an apartment, so imagine going from mansion and all these Lambos to selling them shits and getting down to like a Range Rover.
Bruh, his ego won't even take that though. Like,
of course, that's what I'm saying. So he is fighting for a bigger paycheck to keep flipping. It's called the flip game, man. It's the flip game. It's a business. Floyd Mayweather is a brand himself, TMT, and no one pushes that brand bigger and much more profitable than the name himself, Floyd Mayweather. Not Gavante, not all those other names underneath that banner.
And the biggest rule of business, you keep selling until they quit buying.
Okay. For Robin UK, I think when it comes down to Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder fight, he should get like a screen with a little mic, just in case he doesn't come, just so he can have his commentary, his British respect for the British and Tyson Fury. I think that'd be perfect for him.
Dominic, you be bugging sometimes. Let me get out to, oh snap, look who it is.
Georgia Porgia? Ain't that good, is it?
It is where? Come on, I know this is here somewhere. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna just let
Legendary baby. What's up, homie?
Is that crickets? Is that crickets? Somebody got
That's
crickets?
what it sounds like. That's my guy Ron G over there. I've been playing with the motherfucking sound bites and
I
shit.
got it. Compa!
What up, Boxing Boy? What up, Ness? What up, Kaz Weezy? What up, everybody else?
What up?
What up, man? Hey, man.
What up? You from Los Angeles. You got to come to the appreciation night.
Oh, man, I'm going to pull up, baby, and I'm going to be solo, but, I'm going to have that. Now, hey, but what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
We good. What's up, bro?
That quick. You shoulder rolled us.
Yeah, hey, but, I'm super excited for the fight, man. Fury and Wilder. It's a perfect location, Cali in December, nice and sunny, beautiful weather. And for that Canelo and Triple G, I think Triple G will probably go to ESPN. And I think Canelo, he should just stay a free agent, and he could make 2 fights already with the PVC fighters. And,
They'll be intriguing matchups, man. What do you guys think of him rematching Austin Trout and a rematch with Lara? I think it's an easy sell for pay-per-view. But good looking out, boxing boys.
Damn, you really giving him some easy fights, huh? He said rematch Trout and Laura. Whoa.
We got a super chat from DJ Slowpoke Music. Flights from LHR to LAX are a 406 round trip. Oh yeah, I forgot. Got them flights ain't no fucking joke.
Where's LHR?
I don't fucking know.
Yo, DJ Slowpoke, where that's at? Let's get out to
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell them the truth, go! Tell them the truth!
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
That's in the UK, by the way.
Yo. What's up, my boxing brothers? Hey, man, this is for all the hardcores. Check out Cradle of Champions on Showtime. It's about the New York Golden Gloves tournament. I didn't know that the Golden Gloves in New York turns out more champions than the Olympics. But it gives you a good it's a good movie documentary, man. It gives you a peep into the amateurs' lives before they become pros, man. So if you're a hardcore out there, check it out. And you get to see like the behind the scenes. They're going into all the boxing gyms all around in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and it's pretty good, man. It got Chris Colbert, Titus in the movie documentary, and cat named Wilkins. But it goes into their lives though. It's pretty good. As far as Canelo and Triple G, I would like Canelo if he could go to Showtime because he can get better fights. As far as Jacobs and Charlo. And I do see, like Campo said, Triple G going to top rank, though. But I see it's a good chance they both go to top rank, though, man. But I would like Canelo to go to Showtime. I'm disappointed with Saunders, man. I was looking forward to seeing that fight, man. Hope all that shit works out. I hate cheaters, though, but I hope somehow, some way that fight happens. If not, Charlo and Andrade. That's my call, brothers. Peace. But the movie is called Cradle of Champions, man. Check it out if you're a hardcore boxing fan. This shit is gritty. It's good. Peace.
Perfect.
Julio in LA.
Hey, what's going on, Ned? What's going on, boxing boys?
What up?
You know what? I'm actually happy. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, I'm actually happy that HBO is actually going up there because they have some biased-ass commentaries, you know what I'm saying? They're like, Lampley over here, when the Triple G and Canelo fight was happening, he was giving out shots that weren't even happening. He got a left, a right, a left, a right. What the fuck is happening? Am I dropping Frank? But other than that, I'm happy they're out of the air. You guys are doing a great job. I'm going to be in the Wilder, the Wilder Fury fight, and I'm going to see you guys there. Appreciation night.
All right, brother Julio. Thanks for calling in. Can't wait to finally meet you. We're going out to Anthony in Cincinnati. Talk to me.
Yo, what up? Shit, so first thing I thought of when I heard about Billy Joe Saunders and how he could have took that what you call some shit. You know how breathing issues during border wars. Man, I might have been juiced up on nasal spray. But nah, that's shitty. Is the fight still gonna happen or anything? Anybody say anything about stripping or what?
It's still
Yeah, the fight's still gonna happen.
Nothing's really officially.
Yeah, the stuff that he was taking is not technically illegal until he's in competition. So 12 hours before the fight. So he's good. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
So clarify, the fight is still happening.
Yes, still on.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm still excited as fuck about LA. Shit, I'll be out there. I think Canelo gonna go to ESPN, which somebody said that shit was real, it was good. But shit, I done lost my train of thought, man. Y'all got it.
You know, Oscar De La Hoya is like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. So he may be going to Showtime.
Yo, I wonder what's up with Oscar. Like, how him and Canelo both taking beach pics. They better not be going fucking vacationing together.
I mean, they probably go vacation separate ways, but like, yo, go on vacation. He like Canelo's young. So Golden Boy Oscar De La Hoya is older. He's like, yo, I'm gonna advise you, go do this, go live. You won.
I don't think Oscar letting Canelo out his sight.
That probably is the
Buy a free agent. Like, oh, you going on vacation? I wanted to go swimming too.
Oh, he's probably like, yo, let's go to let's go to Hawaii real quick. Let's go there. Let's go Dubai. Yeah, that's what it is. He's young. He's leading him. That's right, though. He knows what's wrong, what's right, and he's in the business. So,
yes, sir.
Let's go to Showtime.
So, legendary baby,
what's good?
It's that time.
Already?
Yo, you late, player.
Damn.
Show up late to the party be over, man. DJ start spinning that record.
That love song.
I mean, unless legendary baby got something that could just turn this all around.
I mean,
if not, we gonna have to give him the exit.
You know, Ness be the one turning it around. Legendary be there like fucking Robin Hood. Robin Hood. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Shout out to the.
So what was the best thing y'all heard this I guess today? For like, what's the biggest news? You know,
for me, the HBO that died.
Yeah, that was wild for me.
45 years old.
That was wild for me, bro.
Yeah, man. That is like, where does Jim Lampley go?
Yo, that's even crazier that this happened, because they put out a press release earlier this year, like, oh, Jim Lampley rees up his career with HBO, and it's like, guess not.
They probably give him.
I know
they had options on everybody. They said 6-fight deal with Jacobs, and guess not.
The fight game probably still come on.
I was going to say they talked about they still want to do documentaries and stuff. So maybe they do a show series covering boxing opposed to actually having boxing events.
Boxing probably just got really expensive and no turnout.
I mean,
too much competition, man. It's too much competition right now, and they ain't got the pockets, man. Last we heard, their budget was like $28 million. They can't do nothing with that.
Well, you know what it probably is? They do way better with all these little shows than they do with boxing. And boxing's budget is probably way higher and less results.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, no ROI or RIO.
Return on investment. You're definitely right.
Yeah.
But that's the issue, though. Like, everyone else is making a return.
Well, they're streaming, so it's probably a cheaper way. And HBO don't have that way. That's what I'm thinking, because the Zone, ESPN Plus, that's where all the fights are going.
Showtime, Fox, CBS.
I don't know. Those aren't big fights, though. Those are probably cheaper, low-end fights.
Well,
maybe.
Fox has had some big fights. They've done the big numbers, right? Didn't Keith do like $5 million on Fox?
That was once upon a time a big fight on Fox, yeah.
And now they have a 4-year deal that brings them back to that same Fox. You just ain't been around, buddy. They got $60 million from Fox and $60 million from Showtime. That's 120. And actually the quote was upwards, so they got more than just 60.
What if CBS is still spending, because CBS is the father of Showtime? What if they're still spending that Floyd Pacquiao money, that Floyd McGregor money? That's why they're winning.
Probably. That's why they're investing too. That's why I said if you Showtime, you sit back down and you're like, yo, listen, man, we did it once with Floyd. We need to invest in Canelo. Who else can say tomorrow they doing a pay-per-view and we gonna buy it?
Well, technically DAZN is pay-per-view.
Nah, $10 ain't fucking $85 a month.
But it's $10 for the next 4 months till you see the fight. You know what I'm saying?
or you just don't pay for those 3 months.
No, or you don't get those 3 months because it's month by month, homie. You know what you're talking about. That ain't like how it is.
You know what it is too, man, and that's how they get you. There's 4 people right in the room, And maybe 2 of those people, they don't go unsubscribe.
That's the same he's gonna forget. That's pretty much what he's saying. He did the trial, and he's praying for one of us to remind him to.
Nah, I have the trial. I should have unsubscribed immediately to that. But I haven't. I'm like, yo, there's gonna be a fight announcement.
There is. Tomorrow's a big fight that you wouldn't normally see. It's gonna be on at 2:00.
Who's that?
George Groves versus Callum Smith. A good fight. A good fight. And you don't have to watch it live. You could go on DAZN later when you're taking a shit and watch it on demand. Or you could unsubscribe and go home and watch it while you're taking a shit. Watch it on YouTube on a fucking shitty stream, you know?
Yo, but that ain't my comfort zone. I'm watching.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I said, like, right on watching on the couch.
Speaking in general.
I'm speaking in personal. I'd rather watch it. You giving me your version of an exciting time. Y'all watch the shit on the fight. I write notes down and I come back and report it. I'll do that, man. I don't even know those fighters that you named.
Look at
do you know Chris Eubank Jr.?
Falling finesse the zone hype job. Yo,
look.
Yo, these people are crazy, man.
Mike said, do you know Chris Eubank Jr., Cass?
I mean, I heard the name. I never seen him fight.
He ain't no legendary baby.
Chris Eubank?
Yeah, is he a legendary baby?
I mean, in his own world, but yeah.
You being nice.
I heard of him. I never seen him.
He's actually a legendary baby because his father's legendary and he was his father's baby. So it's like he's a legendary baby.
I heard of his father either.
What?
Nah. His father Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis? Like, who's his father?
Lennox Lewis. All right, man. I'm out, man. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at SGGO.
Yo,
go ahead, Cass.
I'm Enrique Church. You can find me on TBV_casual fan. That's my Twitter handle. TBV_casual fan is my my YouTube channel at Fight Talk, my Instagram, and my Patreon, patreon.com/boxing fan apparel. Peace.
And I'm Ron, Fighter IQ. You can find me at Fighter IQ Media on Twitter and Instagram. And rest in peace for HBO. It was nice having you at the time, but we got to move on to better things. And this means we can get better fights. Hopefully these fighters can go somewhere else. There's a lot of fights this weekend. So like we said, World Boxing Super Series. We got Facebook. We got FS1. No HBO. ShoBox. Devin Haney. There's a lot of prospects. I'm big up on Joey Spencer. I'm big on Devin Haney. I'm big up all these fighters. This is a good opportunity to see the next wave. So this weekend, please watch the FS1 card. Watch the ShoBox card. You're gonna see the next big stars the next couple of years. That's it.
Yo, you can follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. 2 fights that happened this week. If you have not seen Tanaka and Kimura, that was a excellent fight. Money Pal also.
I forgot about that.
Money Pal also fought this week, and he was on a Facebook Fight Night Live on Tuesday night, and that main event for that card was excellent. I'm talking about it was a very, very good fight. Not a whole lot of skill, but it was a slobber knocker, so worth watching. And really excited for the weekend and see how this card turns out on Sunday with the removal of the main event. Hopefully it plays out, and hopefully all the prospects have a good night.
Devin Haney on FS1.
No, he not.
Devin Haney on ShoBox.
Oh, ShoBox tomorrow night.
ShoBox. Make sure you DVR that. Peace.